Cause clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. How y'all doing out there? Let me know how my audio sound right there, you guys. Let me know, let me know. Can you hear me? How's everybody doing out there this morning for Purple Sunday? It's Purple Sunday, you guys. Let me go ahead and get my camera straight. Let me see how I can get this going this morning. Where everybody at? Come on in, everybody. Come on in. That's right. Trending topics, current events, and much, much more. But y'all know what we got to do right now. We're going to try to get a little bit of action going, straightening out that camera right there because it's looking a little crazy right there going sideways. Let me know how my audio sounds, everybody. What's up, sweet RV? I see everybody coming on in. Come on in, you guys. It's Purple Sunday. Hope everybody had a good sleep. I know everybody's still wiping their eyes out and all of that, but guess what? Time to get up and time to get to the trending topics, current events, and much, much more. It's your boy Boogotti NYC. I hope you guys are doing good out there. It's Purple Sunday, you guys. It might sound crazy what I got to say. Boom, 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 boom. But sometimes, hold on a minute. Let me go ahead and get this one straight too. Let me get this one right too. Hold on. No, that ain't what I wanted to do, buddy. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's turn that back around. Oh, no, I'm messing up over here. I got to leave that alone. Give me 1 second, you guys. Give me 1 second. Trying to check into this other camera over here. Okay, I guess that's going to be it for this morning. Hope you guys are doing good. Can y'all guys hear me? Can you? Yeah, we ain't been to bed. Woo, y'all been up all night. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Because we got some prayers to get up in the air. If anything, let me tell you about that. That's what we got to do. We got to get those prayers in the air this morning. It's your boy Boogotti NYC. Welcome to Our Bottom Line. Who's here? And can you hear me? I guess you can. I guess you can because nobody said we can't hear you. We're going to pray for love. We're going to pray for happiness. We're going to pray for health. We want to pray for goodness. We want to pray for our families. We want to pray for understanding as well as healing. We want to pray for community as well as our youth, as well as our animals. Who we praying for this morning? Liberty and justice. How you doing, Liberty? What's going on this morning with Mark Dorfman? Praying for you too as well, my brother. Okay, we got Tony right in the building. Frankel, who's that? Frankie, I'm sorry, Frankie Johnson. My eyes, my eyes. Okay, okay, Miss Keisha is up in the building this morning. Mark Dorfman is here. Liberty and justice. How you doing, Yvonne? Hope everybody's doing good. We are on puppy time. Okay, yes, you can hear me. Just making sure you guys can hear me. Let's go ahead and shout out to a couple of people that are not here, but we want to make sure that we get them in. Talking about Winter Rising, Colessive, talking about Mark Dorfman, Jeffrey Spilker, all of those people like that. You guys want to double tap that screen and get those likes up early. Can't forget about Luigi. Can't forget about Miss Swanza and the Swanza family as well. Can't forget about myself. Got to get me in there on those prayers as well. Can't forget about me. Can't forget about 55 Coffee House Lisa Roy. Can't forget about Teddy. Got to make sure he's in there. Also Sam Champion, Liberty and Justice, Rebecca Lon Yen Bueno, and my brother Casey Ramos. Amen. Let's keep on going. And we can't forget about One Love. One Love, you in there too. Got to get you in there too. I'm sorry, you guys. I got to do something over here real quick just to make sure I don't mess up this because this phone is acting up and I really want to use it to make sure that my visuals is right. So you guys, just bear with me 1 second. I got it. I got it. I think I got it. Well, I thought I had it. Sorry about that. Oh, now it wants to work right. Sorry about that, you guys. Okay. You know what? I'm not even going to mess around with this. I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. And we wind it up. Do, 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 do. Wind it up. Do, 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 do. We wind it up. Told you. Okay. Olay. Don't play. Yeah, it was ready right there. It was ready. I told you I was pushing it. I was trying to push it by getting all of them visuals going. But guess what? Sometimes you got to improvise. You got to open up those pores. We got to open up those pores. For Purple Sunday, we got to open up those. Can't improvise this though. Do, 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 do. It's Purple Sunday, the 28th. That's right, y'all. 2026. Six. Said I'm your host, Boogotti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Will we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that? Where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. Just got me lit. Still got it, still on point, still ready to go. You guys, y'all know how we do around these parts. It's your boy Boogotti NYC, and like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that y'all came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Now, just give me 1 second and go ahead and get this thing in order over here so I can make sure that I got everything working right. Want to make sure that my visual is correct, just so you guys can know what I'm talking about. Let me just show you really quickly. What I like to do is check this other phone to see what I'm looking like to you guys. So when you see me over there like, what's going on? That's me making sure that I'm looking right. So yeah, I got another screen over here. I use this other phone just for that. Perfect example of why you never get rid of phones. You use them for all types of things. Let's keep on moving forward and double tap that screen and get those likes up, you guys. It's Purple Sunday. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's get it. It's your boy Boogotti NYC. And like I told you guys, it's Purple Sunday. So what I'm about to do right now, woo, that was a lot, right? I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos at a time. All I'm going to ask you guys to do is stay on topic, stay on point. Let me know where you're chiming in from. Also, super chats are open. And yes, also, Boogotti Cash. That is our Cash App, just to let you guys know early in advance. Also, what I'm going to ask you guys to do is stay on topic, stay on point. Let me know where you're chiming in from. I love to see those flags waving back to back because it gives me a mental of where I need to be going to look for content. At case in point, Australia. I saw that Australia flag flying for a couple of days. Now it's time for us to go ahead and get on it and see what's going on out there. Sadly, news is not going to be too good, but like I said, we remember. Also, let me know what time it is. I'm not going to ask you the price of gasoline. I want to know the price of a gallon of milk. That's right. That's what we're talking about right now because we're keeping our eyes dialed into price gouging when it comes down to food and supermarkets. That's what that's what we're concentrating on over here at Our Bottom Line. They can go up and down with the gas prices, but for some reason, they're not changing those food prices, are they? So that's what I want to see. Let me know where you're chiming in from, what time it is, and yeah, believe it or not, what is a gallon of milk costing you guys versus a gallon of gas? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen and get those likes up because you know what's coming up next, right? Let's get into these titles. Let's go, let's go, let's get it. What do we have here, you guys? We've got Trump. Why has the United States launched strikes on Iran after the cargo ship boom boom? That's right, it was a vessel coming in from Singapore trying to turn around and leave out. Iran boom boomed at it, and as a result, yes, U.S. fighters had to engage. We got the video from that, plus the conversation about why it happened, and much more. Let's keep going because now what do we have? We have now that the Supreme Court has handed Trump an immigration victory. What should we expect? We're talking about TPS, temporary protection status, where there are going to be a lot of Haitians and other people who are covered by TPS who are going to be affected by this decision. Last but not least on the thumbnails this morning, what do we have? How did so many people lose their lives in these Venezuelan earthquakes? We've got a lot coming in with the follow-ups of the double magnitudes of this earthquakes, ridiculous numbers, categorical numbers. Now we also have a lot of United States people going over, also other aids coming in from a lot of countries. We got follow-ups on Venezuela as well, you guys. Trending topics, current events, and much, much more. It's Purple Sunday. Let's get into it this morning, you guys. Also, y'all know what I'm about to say, right? Grab your water, your tea, and your 55 coffee house, and let's get into it, you guys. It's time right back into it like we started off before. And guess what? We've only got, boom, boom, 12 more days. Isn't that beautiful, you guys? You see how time flies when you're having fun? Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen. We got to see what's going on over here when it comes down to, we're going to get right into Australia. We got a situation where some tourists were arrested after teen was found inside of a suitcase in Thailand. So we're going both places, you guys. We got situations from Aussie to Thailand that are tied together here. Let's keep on moving forward and see what's up. Now, the man was covered in scratches. They chased him. They found him. He almost got away. He tried to slide. A 46-year-old Australian man has been arrested over the murder of a 17-year-old Thai girl. Let's keep going. They're trying to get fingerprints right here. Whose naked body was found inside of a suitcase along the rail line in Thailand. Now, this is closed circuit television footage shared online by Thai media shows the pair holding hands. While walking past a security guard and into an elevator around 3:30 a.m. on Thursday. Hours later, the man can be seen in footage leaving the hotel with a black suitcase around 9:30 p.m. Notice how he struggles with the suitcase a little bit. That, put it on the back of his scooter. That was him making that turn. Threw it on the side of the road here. Police say surveillance cameras showed no one else entered the room and that there were signs of a struggle inside. I'm gonna try to say the name. Tung Chong Nok. Dong Hu Mala's body showed signs of severe assault with swelling and bruising covering her entire face. Tung Hong, Tung Chong, Tung Chanak, Tung Chanak, Tung Chanak, Tung Chanak, Tung Chanak. So this is where he threw the suitcase. And yes, that's how it wound up right there. Let me see if I got any audio coming in from them about this. Hold on a minute. Let me see.
This video contains images that may disturb some viewers.
We got some more footage. Let's get it. I think we actually got them.
This is the last time Thai teenager Thunchanock Dothola was seen alive, walking
Important word. I heard something. Thai teenager.
some viewers. This is the last time Thai teenager Thunchanock Dothola was seen alive, walking hand in hand with her alleged killer, past a security guard and into a hotel lift with a man more than twice her age. Thai police arrested 45-year-old Simon Carmen, alleging he murdered the 17-year-old girl whose naked and beaten body was found inside an abandoned suitcase. The young woman's friends raised the alarm, reporting her missing after they couldn't reach her for 24 hours. Around 9:30 p.m, CCTV shows the suspect leaving the hotel with a suitcase. Police alleging her body was inside after he had killed her in the room. A street camera allegedly shows the suspect riding a motorcycle with the luggage. Thai police took Carmen into custody after they found him at Bangkok's international airport trying to leave the country.
Why you kill her? You kill her, right? No, no.
They say he has scratch marks on his body and face, consistent with a struggle. Local media say he picked up the teenager at a beach road strip in Pattaya in the early hours of Thursday morning before bringing her back to his hotel. The suitcase was found dumped in a quiet area near a railway track and inspected on site. Police also found signs of a struggle inside the hotel room.
Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We stayed on that topic for a while because actually I was able to see a little bit more. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up also to get more people over here to see these stories. I'd like to pray for the soul of the lost girl. The little girl who lost her life. As they said, she was a teenager. Luckily, they found this piece of crap, this monster, and hopefully they bring him to justice. Now, let's keep on praying for the family as well as her safe return of her body, and hopefully he's brought to justice out there in the Philippines, if that's where it is. Also, coming up right behind this story right here, we may as well keep them in the air. Sad situation that we started yesterday when the numbers were at 245 casualties. We're now moving back over to Venezuela because we got new numbers on the casualties that are going up to 975 people now who have been found and no longer alive after these Venezuela's earthquakes. I want to pray for every single soul that's lost. I want to pray for all of the tragedies in Venezuela. Pray for peace. We pray for healing. And we pray for as much recovery as we possibly can get. We ask that today, Father God, on this Sunday. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen, get those likes up. Let's go. Because look how flat the buildings are, which is just ridiculous.
Over 900 people are dead and tens of thousands are still missing in Venezuela after following two massive earthquakes on Wednesday. Crews from the U.S. arriving in the devastated country yesterday to assist in relief efforts. Shannon Painter joins us now with the details. Good morning, Shannon.
Hey, good morning, Charlie. So far, hundreds of U.S. search and rescue specialists have been sent to Venezuela to help in recovery efforts after the back-to-back earthquakes Wednesday that have claimed the lives of at least 920 people. More than 3,300 others are injured and another 51,000 are missing. The Pentagon has sent transport planes, helicopters, and 2 ships, while Space Force is providing satellite imagery of devastated areas to relief planners.
We're helping Venezuela. They had a tremendous earthquake. A lot of people killed and right in Caracas. And we have a lot of people over there helping.
Venezuela says there are also more than 860 volunteers from at least a dozen countries around the world that have arrived so far in an effort to help the Venezuelan authorities, who appear to be overwhelmed by the massive scale of this disaster. The United Nations has said it is sending 1,000 emergency responders and 25 search and rescue teams from across the globe who are also on their way. And as of this morning, authorities say they have rescued some 243 people working around the clock. And this is video of firefighters giving a trapped dog water before digging it out of the rubble to safety. And yesterday, another 4.7 earthquake was reported off the Venezuelan coast, guys. Back to you, Charlie.
So tragic.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so glad they found that baby, but I don't know how many more people are trapped under there, you guys. That's what I'm talking about. We see flat buildings, but people were inside. There were animals inside of those buildings, and there were many lives that are still probably able to be saved. Want to pray for every single person, every single animal, everybody who's still trapped in there, and want to hope for 100% full recovery. We ask that today. Amen. Sad situation right there, you guys. Let's keep on going now because Trump has basically delivered remarks on the Faith and the Freedom Coalition conference, at the Faith and Freedom Conference. Let's see what he said when he was out there. Haven't heard from the president for a little while. Let's see what he's talking about.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I want to thank Ralph for the introduction. He's a great guy, friend of mine for a long time. And thank you to all of the true American patriots of Faith and Freedom Coalition. You've been with me from the beginning, and pretty much like nobody else, I don't think can top you. You were just great right from the beginning. You got it. You understood what we had to do, and we got it done, and we're continuing to get it done at levels that nobody's seen before. With the help of many people in this room, 18 months ago, we won the most consequential election victory in American history, winning all 7 swing states, the Electoral College by 312 to 226, the popular vote, and 86% of all counties in America, 2,700 to 525. That's called a big victory. The Faith and Freedom Coalition was with us every step of.
I'll definitely get some updates on those numbers. Who says that? Spartacus, Morning, Jack, and everyone else who replied to my good morning. No worries if you don't. I hear the casualties are around 50 to 90,000. I don't know, man. You're probably right. You're probably right. Let's keep on going. Let's go.
For the way you knocked on 97 million doors. It's true. Ralph actually told me 10 million, so I checked. It was 9.7 million. You reached 18 million voters. Think of that, voters of faith. You sent 28 million text messages and made 10 million phone calls to help us win a mandate like no other administration in modern history. It was a mandate like we have not seen before. And together we saved our country and we saved religious freedom in America. We saved religious, it was going down.
I'm also going to ask a question while he's on screen right now. Do you agree with Trump and the Trump administration for pushing forward with the Supreme Court to get TPS ended? Do you agree with Trump and the administration? Because the next step, what we're talking about is just that. Because a lot of Florida leaders are really fearing ending TPS will affect the workforce as well. A lot of people that are are Haitian that actually work in hotels, they work in the cleaning industries, they work in maids and stuff like that. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that that's going to affect the workforce as well?
And you've always stood with me, and I will always stand with you. I'll always remember it. I'll always remember how hard you work and your spirit. I especially want to thank Pastor Paula White, who's with us. Paula, wherever you may be.
So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this one right here and see what you guys think about this.
Right now, a recent Supreme Court ruling has given the Trump administration the green light to end temporary protected status for hundreds of thousands of Haitians and Syrians.
The move would allow the White House to potentially mass deport immigrants living and working legally in the U.S. Local 10's Isabella Martin is in Little Haiti live with what we know. Isabella.
Yeah, well, for many here in Little Haiti, the Supreme Court's ruling on TPS has sparked a lot of concern. That's why yesterday, community members and advocates gathered to voice their concern.
Now, remember what Liberty says, our bottom line. It don't matter what news channel we watch or how you vote. This is a judgment-free zone. Let's huddle up, debate big stuff, laugh, and come up with some good solutions. That's coming in from Liberty. Come on in, you guys. Double tap that screen. Let's go. What's up, Luigi?
Community leaders, immigration advocates, and Haitian families coming together in Little Haiti. In light of the Supreme Court's decision clearing the way for thousands of Haitian immigrants to potentially be deported, this woman who came from Haiti to the U.S. in 2005, among the many, devastated. It is
That is definitely something that we can discuss on Discord. That's right.
a matter of life or death. This fight is not over.
the nation's highest court ruling in favor of
I'm sorry, but it is.
the Trump administration, allowing temporary protected status or TPS to be taken away from some 350,000 Haitians. That ruling goes into effect July 1st. Advocates have argued that Haiti remains much too dangerous. With widespread violence, the U.S. State Department is still maintaining a do not travel advisory for the country.
This is really a sad day. This is a day that did not have to be.
Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava among those urging Congress to step in and help.
They are our working men and women. They are our business owners. They create jobs. They are fueling our basic industries.
One business owner arguing the impact will be widespread.
A lot of business owners, they come to me. Their employees are mostly immigrants, right, with TPS. So if they don't have immigrants working in their job, over 90% of their workforce would no longer be there.
On Fox News, the Department of Homeland Security officials saying TPS should have been eliminated long ago.
The T in TPS stands for temporary, yet many of these designations go back decades. We have designations from 1998 for Hurricane Mitch that we're still trying to get rid of.
All right, let's keep on moving forward. You guys double tap that screen and get those likes up. I tried to get you guys involved in that one because I wanted to know what you thought about it. I really did. I just wanted to know what you guys thought about that situation because now we got more to get into. And if you have not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Pick up that phone like this. Also, hey, wait a minute, I'm watching Boogotti on on Our Bottom Line. Let's double tap that screen, and that's all you got to do to get more people over here, you guys, because we got some educational stuff coming up too. Also, some breaking information on the U.S. military as they launch new strikes on Iran after that cargo ship got attacked. Now, Iran is threatening to pow on American ships. Let's see what happens with this one. I don't think they want to do that, but let's go.
And there's news. The U.S. launching retaliatory strikes on Iran, taking out coastal radar sites and missile and drone storage locations, all in response to an Iranian attack on a cargo ship in the Strait of Hormuz.
And the situation is escalating this morning. Tehran claims that their Navy targeted U.S. military positions in the region.
Rebecca Castor is live in Washington with the details. Good morning, Rebecca.
I guess it's not over then, huh?
Good morning, guys. This is the most significant test to the initial peace deal since it was reached a week ago. U.S. Central Command released this video showing one of its strikes on Iran yesterday. A senior U.S. official says U.S. forces struck 4 targets located along Iran's coastline bordering the Strait of Hormuz, as well as on Qasem Island.
Don't look too peaceful to me. What about y'all?
This was all in response to Iran striking a Singapore-flagged cargo ship in the strait, a direct violation of the Memorandum of Understanding, which was supposed to ensure safe transit for all commercial vessels. Vice President J.D. Vance saying, Iran signed a ceasefire agreement. We have honored it.
Hey, Luigi, you could have worded that a little different right there.
If they have disagreements about how the MOU is being applied, they can pick up the phone, but violence will be met with violence. And this morning, Iran's Revolutionary Guard claims they responded to the U.S. attacks, saying in a statement, the IRGC Navy targeted the positions of the U.S. Army in the region.
Sam Champion says, I'm in the lower class, and it would be nice if I didn't have to give all of my money for rent and utilities and phone bills and insurance and groceries. I could actually afford to buy something decent. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Sam. How you doing for that moped now? Are you able to put the moped up and actually drive your vehicle? Because Sam actually had to buy a little moped, a mini bike, to get around when the gas prices got crazy. Hopefully we can ride around like, regular men nowadays, Sam. I'm not trying to be funny, but you know what I mean, because you did that smartly thinking. Let's keep going.
In response to a U.S. airstrike, if the aggression is repeated, our response will be broader than this. Iran did not identify the targets or say where they were located, but Bahrain's foreign ministry says several drones targeted its territory early this morning. The country says the incident endangered civilians and that Iran is responsible for undermining peace efforts by continuing attacks. Despite this, the fragile ceasefire still seems to be holding. White House officials were expecting flare-ups like this, but are still committed to the deal, at least for now, guys.
They're saying that the IRGC and the Iranian administration are not really in compliance with each other. They don't really get it. They don't really got a really good understanding of what each and every one want to do, and they're not really abiding by the peace accord. That's what really seems to be going on here. Also, let me ask you guys, what do you think about Jared Kushner as well as Ivanka? What do you think about the situation going on with these protests out in Albania? Because they're really not happy about them trying to get out there and start to do development, create hotels and businesses. We got to get all the way over to Albania, you guys, because we got protests over there that are growing over Ivanka and Trump. Ivanka Trump, Jared Kushner's development that's going on out there. They've been pushing back on this for a little while, but it's really been brewing up, stewing up since I've been following it.
Joining us, president and founder of the Eurasia Group and G0 Media, Ian Bremer. So, Ian, we start with this because it was only a couple days ago that we began by talking about Donald Trump's unpopularity in Europe, broadly unpopular, but interestingly, unpopular among nationalist right voters and supporters, so much so that the leaders of these movements, which had looked to Donald Trump for guidance and for an example on how to regain power, are separating themselves again.
So they're saying like the UK, foreign nations are now separating from ties with President Trump. Do you guys agree with this?
From or new from Donald Trump, like Giorgia Meloni, the leader or the AfD party, Nigel Farage in the UK.
What's up, Jack?
So my question regarding what we're seeing in Albania is just how unpopular, how toxic has Donald Trump become?
You have the French National Rally being much careful as well in the run-up to the 2027 election after Macron. I mean, anywhere you go in Europe right now, Trump is polling in the single to low double digits. He's incredibly unpopular. It's the opposite to Israel, for example. We saw that with Meloni, who's had a hard time at home for economic reasons, and also she just recently lost a popular referendum on changing some judicial rules, and as a consequence, when she gets into a fight with Trump, and remember, Meloni was the only European leader to actually come to in person his inauguration for the second time around, and was, really promoted herself as a Trump whisperer. That because she had access to Trump, because Trump liked her, she could be a bridge. As someone that was, trying very heavily to be a constructive leader in Europe, she instead went after Trump hard, and frankly, politically, that's played well for her. I was just in Vienna.
Wait a minute. No, let's get on to this Albania.
Spending intelligence and defense for Ukraine. Most recently, it's the United States.
Hold on. Come on, let's do it. Stop it. We had fighting going on.
Popular. He doesn't have much time left in the United States. So what they've been saying privately for the last year and a half, they're starting to say publicly. And that of course, is the big change. What's going to happen after midterms when the Republicans lose the House, when they lose a few seats in the Senate? The answer is that allies, like we're seeing in Europe, are going to be much, much more loud, and they're willing to criticize President Trump.
Here's an angle on this that I don't have the answer to, maybe you do. With Donald Trump growing, his unpopularity growing, so much so that the Albanian prime minister might get ousted over this deal that he made for this Trump resort in that country. With Donald Trump launching the war in Iran and maybe starting to alienate allies in the Middle East, what he's been doing with Benjamin Netanyahu, he's been trying, his family has, to make deals all throughout this administration, deals in foreign countries for various resorts or investments, et cetera. At some point, does his financial stake, the businesses that he's connected.
Okay, you guys, see what's going on out there. That's enough back and forth, pushback. As we can see, we try to play both sides. Don't really have too much context or content on what they're talking about. To be honest with you, they're talking about how UK, it's not really in accordance with Trump anymore. Boom, boom, boom. Due to that, all of these other places and all of the businesses that they're trying to open up, not really working out for them. We saw a little bit of pushback. So a lot of people out there actually going physical when it came down to destroying property and stuff like that. I'll get that going probably on the next episode. Let's keep on moving forward because we got to get on over to North Carolina. Let's bring it back to the States. We got a situation going on over where a veto has been overridden, where it means North Carolina law enforcement must aid immigration operations, much different than New Jersey. You know how they put in local officials cannot aid Homeland Security and doom. Cannot aid them, right? They can't aid them. But guess what? Much different in North Carolina, because they're saying that the veto override means North Carolina law enforcement must aid immigration operations in that state.
North Carolina will require state law enforcement to cooperate with immigration operations. State Bill 153 was vetoed by Governor Josh Stein last year, but it became law after House Republicans overrode the veto yesterday. As chief political correspondent Andy Weber reports, some opponents argue it will get in the way of police work.
North Carolina Republicans moving to override several of Governor Josh Stein's vetoes on Wednesday, including Senate Bill 153, legislation that in part orders state agencies to ensure any and all beneficiaries of state services can prove citizenship.
This bill would require DHS.
Yep, we got to keep it funky. Sam Champion said whether it's a Democrat president or Republican president, it seems like their families always gets rich somehow. I'm going there, you guys. I got a question. Let's get to Obama. Let's go to Obama. I got a question. If anybody in the comments would like to do this, I'd appreciate it. What was Barack Hussein Obama's net worth in the year of, let's go 2020. How much, what was Barack Obama's net worth in 2020? And then, of course, I want to know what it was in 2026. Let me know what it is now versus 2020. How much is Barack Hussein Obama worth? Good question, right? Let me ask that question because you guys said it. So let's find out. Let's use Barack Obama as an example. Let's keep going.
HHS, the Department of Commerce, Housing and the Housing Finance Agency, and all local housing authorities to cease providing state-funded benefits and publicly funded housing benefits to illegal aliens.
No more benefits and no more housing benefits to illegal immigrants in North Carolina. That's right, you guys. You just heard what they said. You heard them. Let's say it again.
Housing and the Housing Finance Agency, and require DHHS, the Department of Commerce, Housing and the Housing Finance Agency, and all local housing authorities to cease providing state-funded benefits and publicly funded.
Yeah, you can go back that far, like 2007, and then tell me what it was in 2020. That'll be good.
Housing benefits to illegal aliens.
The most controversial component of the law deals with police requiring state law enforcement to cooperate with federal immigration officials and help carry out operations.
I would argue that all crimes committed by illegal aliens are unnecessary and they're avoidable.
But here in East Charlotte, where Border Patrol agents spent days carrying out an operation last November, one state lawmaker is worried this new requirement will chip away at public trust in law enforcement.
That is the federal government's responsibility. We are state legislators. We should first and foremost be jealously protective of our power, of our resources here at the state level.
That's State Representative Jordan Lopez, whose district includes much of East Charlotte. Speaking with Queen City News on Thursday, Lopez argued the change will make many of his constituents think twice before they engage with police.
You still are fearful of what law enforcement will do to you because of the color of your skin or the language they hear you speaking. If you see a state trooper, are you now going to completely avoid that direction? Are you now not going to speak up?
Senate Bill 153 goes into effect immediately. Reporting East Charlotte, I'm Andy Weber, Queen City.
It goes into effect immediately, you guys. That's right. Their veto override means that new law in North Carolina, they have to help out. Ain't no more of that, oh, we don't have nothing to do with this. Guess what? You get in trouble as working as a public official because you're going against public official rules. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up, you guys. You know what it is. It's Purple Sunday. Let's know how we do it. We pick up that phone. Oh, that's what we watching Boogotti on. Double tap that screen. That gets many more people over here to see the show. Also, you guys, if you have not subscribed, we're working on getting up to 74,000 subscribers. So go ahead and hit that subscribe as well, you guys, because we got more to get into. This one is kind of crazy right here. Let's get on over to San Antonio, Texas, to be exactly. We got 3 women who've been charged with the murder of a South Texas mother lost from, oh man, I don't even like this story right here. This woman had 5 children. She was a nice woman. I don't know what happened. It could have been over a boyfriend or some crap like that. But I'm going to tell you like this. I think 2 sisters and one of their friends are now locked up and they ain't never getting out. Watch your head. They don't even realize it. They're never getting out. And I mean this one, especially out in San Antonio. For something like this, they definitely going to see the L in the back of the number. They still nabbed, I can't say the real thing, someone 5 times. And this lady, not only that, she has, no, they still nabbed her. She's got 5 children. And of course, she lost her life. She tried to make it, but wasn't able to do it, you guys. 3 people jumped on this lady. This is terrible. I don't even like reporting stuff like this.
We begin tonight with the death of a Del Rio mother whose friends say her kindness touched everyone she met. 32-year-old Caroline Peña, known to loved ones as Caro, died last night after police say she was stabbed multiple times.
And police say it happened in the middle of the day on one of the busiest roads in town. And tonight, these three women are in jail for her murder. Arlisa in the office.
These three women right here. We got Amaya Cookie Diaz, and then you got this one must be right here must be a family, Kitty Mia Diaz, and then we got Keandra Renee Faz or whatever your name is, all locked up.
Has the story.
Caro Peña's friends say she was impossible to forget.
She was everybody's bubbly person. You know, she just had this infectious laugh.
Zelina Ochoa says she and Caro met as teen moms, learning motherhood and life side by side.
She was one of those people that she was born to be a mom. So she really loved to be a mom.
Caro was 32 years old, a twin and a mother of 5. Her friends say she was the kind of person who could turn your day around and the
She's a twin as well.
kind who showed up when others didn't.
If you needed something and she had it, even if it was her last, she was going to give it to you.
Her best friend, Cristina Salinas, says the two were inseparable. They had just hung out Wednesday night. Yesterday, Cristina says she missed a call from Caro shortly before the confrontation.
I feel like if I would have answered that call, like, honestly, I would have been there with her, honestly.
Del Rio police say officers were called to the Valverde Regional Medical Center around 2 Thursday afternoon after Caro arrived with multiple stab wounds. Police say the assault happened on East 10th Street.
They stabbed her twice on her back, which one of the stab wounds ended up puncturing her lungs, and that's what was the fatal cause. And the third stab wound was, I'm sorry, on the side of her stomach right here.
Friends say images and videos appeared online showing Caro wounded, something that has only deepened their pain. Those images have since been taken down.
That girl, she's a fighter, man. She was still standing her ground.
Because of the severity of her injuries, Caro was flown to San Antonio for emergency treatment. By 9 p.m., police say Caro had died.
It's like a part of me got ripped out, and that's something that I'm not going to get back.
Investigators say surveillance video, evidence, and witness interviews led them to the 3 suspects. 2 sisters, Kitty Mia Diaz and Amaya Cookie Diaz, were arrested around 4 p.m. Police say Keandra Renee Faz was arrested a short time later. Ken's 5 obtained video showing Del Rio police escorting the sisters out of a home in handcuffs. Tonight, police have
Looks to me like she's smiling.
not released a motive. Additional charges
Looks like she's smiling to me. I don't know about you guys.
could be on the way.
Only one of them had a son. You know, his mom got taken away, but he can still see her. Her kids are left with a memory. They're left with eventually a tombstone.
Alisa Nieves, Ken's 5.
Lady had 5 children, all 5 of them now, they don't have a mother. Then the other family on the other side, they don't have a mother either because of stupid decisions, jealousy, or some dumb thing about some boy or some guy. Oh, you messing with my man. Dumb, constantly. We keep on seeing this all week. We've been reporting this. Oh yeah, well, a lady went over there and did this and blah, blah, blah. Rammed her car inside of the building and started pow-powing inside the window. Why would somebody do something like that? It's a fit of rage and all of that jealousy that a lot of people in the comments are talking about right now. You guys, you can't be too cautious about people that's jealous of you. Also, don't feed into them and be very careful of them. Don't let them set you up in traps, and be very, very careful and aware on social networks, especially women. Be careful, because they will act like they're going to invite you somewhere or be your friend. That's one thing I noticed about a lot of women. They act like they're your friend, but they're always scrutinizing and asking you questions and stuff like that. Then when the boyfriend asks, so why do you hang out with her? I don't know. They say stuff like that to us. I tell you that. I want to pray for all of the children that have lost their parents right now. I want to pray for the mother, the beautiful, excellent mother right there that was taking care of 5 children and that was a pillar in the community to her friends as well as all of her family. I want to pray for justice as well as peace and calm to come to the family in this time. Amen. Those kids got to go through a lot right now. They lost their mother. And the ones that lost the 5, that the victim, they just out there like, what happened, you know? And the other side of it is like, mommy, why would you do that? Don't you think about us? That's another thing that people need to do. Start thinking about what you got at home before you want to get all hot and get into the moment. Remember when we did our health and wellness section that one day where it said before you make a decision on something, you should like think about it for at least 3 minutes? That's the time when you need to think about it for 3 minutes. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. That's right. Have a seat. Welcome to Our Bottom Line. No matter where you sit on the politics spectrum, you're welcome here. We're all about dividing into current news, sharing diverse viewpoints on hot topics. I love it when she does that. Thank you, Liberty. We got to get on over to this new other Haitian report right here. And you see who's back there, right? That's Stephen Miller. Want to let you guys see what he has to say as he goes after the Supreme Court's TPS ruling, and he says why it happened. Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen and get into it, you guys. Let's go.
America's doors are closed fully to asylum seekers. All asylum claims across the southwest border are always fake. In every case, they're either criminals, benefit seekers, every single illegal immigrant who comes to the United States is brought here by a cartel. The Biden administration flew over, probably more than 1 million illegal immigrants from Haiti. Of course, if you no longer have status in this country, then you're supposed to be deported. Haitians live in Haiti. It's not a position that Haitians should leave Haiti. It'd be crazy for us to say that Haitians couldn't live in Haiti. It's their country. Of course, Haitians should live in Haiti.
The Supreme Court voted 6-3 to allow the Trump administration to end legal protections for migrants fleeing violence and natural disaster in Haiti and Syria, exposing hundreds of thousands more people to potential deportation. The Department of Homeland Security can now end temporary protected status, a program
350,000 people.
Million people from 17 countries.
Okay, 1.3 million people from 17 countries.
White House advisor Stephen Miller reacted to Supreme Court decision, saying the U.S. is completely closed to asylum seekers and Haitian refugees who receive temporary protected status should leave the country.
The country doesn't have a future if the Supreme Court doesn't rule in your favor on the birthright citizenship case. If they don't, what actions do the administration?
Right. Well, just to be clear, what I said was that this country doesn't have a future if we don't end birthright citizenship. Obviously, the right and correct way to end birthright citizenship is for the Supreme Court to rule what the 14th Amendment clearly and correctly means. But one way or another, this nation has to end birthright.
Temporary does mean temporary, you guys. You know what I'm saying? It does.
Citizenship. Do you have a question?
So what actions does the administration plan on taking next, as well as
Mike Holmes says the Biden administration was flying aliens all over the country. Look at that. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up, you guys. Go ahead and send those super chats if you want us to go ahead and read these comments over here. Come on, let's go. Let's double tap that screen. Let's get it.
Asylum seekers right now who are still waiting for their cases to be heard by federal judges. What is the administration doing to try to move some of those along the process?
Well, I think the most important point is that this administration, on the asylum point, is we've implemented international agreements all over the world to take in our asylum seekers. So America's doors are closed fully to asylum seekers. We've set up agreements where if you want asylum, then we will find a country elsewhere in the world to take you. It's very simple, very elegant, a very complete solution. Now,
So they're basically saying you can't come here, but we got connections other places to send you. So what we've been hearing is a lot of those Haitians that are seeking asylum now and don't want to go back to Haiti. We've been hearing about a lot of them going up. They're trying to get into Canada, you guys. Oh, Canada, oh, Canada, will you let these people come in? Let's double tap that screen, you guys. Double tap that screen because I got a question for you. How many people here, and please don't think I came up with this myself. I want to make sure I got the right clip before I set myself up. Hold on a minute. Okay, let's do it. Let me go ahead and get this right. I got a question, you guys. My question is, how many people here think that, damn, it's hard to say this word on YouTube. The number sexual work is legal. How about that? What do you guys think about making the number 6 work legal? Yeah, sexual workers. Let's say we make that legal, like they do in Las Vegas, where it should be legalized. You know, certain sorts of like places you can go meet up with women on the block and stuff like that, and get them a little bit of change for something strange. You know what I'm talking about, you guys? How many people here think that that should actually be legalized? You know what I'm talking about? The oldest profession that we know about, you guys. I have a question. I need to know. If you think that it should be legalized to get out here and spend a little money to get a little bit of time with a man or a woman, I'd like to see a thumbs up. If you think it should be legalized, hey man, everybody has their own preference, and Las Vegas does it, and certain other places have it legalized. What do you guys think? Do you think that the number sexual work should be legal? If you think so, let me see a thumbs up. If you do not think so, I would like to see a thumbs down. Guys, let me know. Let me know by a thumbs down if you do not agree. It can help men and the women. Good morning, family. What? No, I don't know. Anything that you guys are trying to do, get that dude out of here, save or whatever like that. Get him up out of here. I'm staying celibate. Okay, as a man, I don't, if it don't affect me, still goes about my moral. Nope, but apparently it already is if video cameras is present. Okay, what are you guys? Come on, come on, come on. Ask me, ask me, ask me, ask me, guys. Come on now. Fine. Let me know. Okay, we got 2 people up there. They got 2 thumbs up. That suit is certainly something. Thank you, but I like to stay on top. We want to stay on top of the on top of the topic. Okay, again, do you guys think that it should be legal? I'm asking a question. I don't care about what you feel or whatever. Who cares and all of that? I want to know. Should it be legal? Audrey says it should be legal. You either loyal or not. They're not talking about that. Prostitution, I said prostitution isn't allowed all over Vegas. Okay. But what do you guys think? Okay, now we got to stay on topic. And thank you, Jewel. I appreciate it. Okay, we got thumbs up. We got thumbs up from Money Tree. It will make it safer with regulations. Okay, Dallin says no. We got legalized for adults. Thumbs up and thumbs down. That's not the move. Decriminalize, not legalize. Okay, okay, okay. I love this, Puckers. Now you guys are getting into it. Okay, why is it not legal? Okay, why is it not? Thumbs down, says Danelle Rogers. Thumbs down, says Bob. Audrey Durham says, okay, thank you. Government wants more tax money. Well, guess what, you guys? I don't think it should be. I don't know. Because you got to be careful about the ages of the people, and then you might get a lot of this imping going back again. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know what you heard about me, but a bitch can't get $1 out of me because I'm a PIMP. We might get that started up again, and you know what that did? That didn't bring anything good for the women. So you got to be really careful about that. What do you guys think about more sexual transmitted disease? That's why certain people like Governor Hochul here is thinking about free extended health care for number 6 workers. And how about this? Mom dummy, na easy supercut, na use a dumb dummy, na easy supercut, na use a dumb dummy, na easy supercut, na use a dumb dummy, dummy. Dummy. That's right, you guys. Mayor Mamdani saying that he thinks it should be legal. Hey, I'm not making this stuff up. I have never heard nothing like this in my life. That's why I asked you guys first what your opinions are. But let's see what they're talking about over here. And we're going to end it off to see what Mamdani thinks about making it legal.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul has found another important use for the taxpayer dollars in New York. Well, New York is spending $2.5 million on free healthcare for sex workers. It began as a $1 million pilot program in 2023, was supposed to end last year, and instead the State Department extended it through June of 2028, adding... Well, man, you know you got to keep the hoes healthy, man. You got to keep them healthy. You know what I'm saying? A pimp called Slipback. I'm just playing with you guys because it's Purple Sunday and because it actually fit. But can you believe that? You know what I'm saying, fellas? Got the mayor and the governor out here helping us out, you guys. Imagine that. Health care for 6 workers. Another $1.5 million. Well, why? The department says it needs more time to evaluate the program. And as part of the program, the states pay 2 healthcare providers to deliver those services to sex workers in New York City and the Buffalo area. And not too long ago, now New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani called to decriminalize sex work.
While this bill does not decriminalize sex work, I would like to register my support for such legislation, my eagerness for that debate, and for my fundamental belief that sex work is work.
Wait a minute. Hill up, reel up, bring it back. Come rewind. You guys thought I was making this up. I'm not making it up. Let's get back on Mom Dummy. Na he's a super cat. Na he's a dumb dummy.
Sex work.
While this bill does not decriminalize sex work, I would like to register my support for such legislation, my eagerness for that debate, and for my fundamental belief that sex work is work.
Join me now.
What you talking about, Willis? Let's keep on moving forward and double tap that screen and get those likes up, you guys. That's right. If it's work, I guess it is work when you consider the sweat that it makes. I'm just joking with you guys. I know. I wanted you guys to see that and hear it from his mouth, right? You heard that? Sure, you're a politician. That proves there's no help for men. He wants to use it. Oh, look at that, you guys. What a wild comment. He said eager. Come on. Let's keep on going, you guys. Yeah, he might be eager himself. You see him at the after parties and doing his thing, turning up, right? I don't know. Maybe he's not happy at home. Scooter, you know there'll be all kinds of married people cheating on each other, couples cheating on each other. They're already doing it. Needs to be regulated and policy. What has the world come to? That's crazy. I wanted you guys to see that. So he's a player. Let's go. He's a hustler, baby. And he wants you to know it ain't where he been. That's where he's about to go. Now I just want to love you and be who I am. Let's keep on going over to Chicago. They don't got no loss of it going on over there too. But we're gonna get on up off this topic because we got another situation going on in Chicago. We got a shocking situation as city leaders are blaming Trump for the burning, for that burning that happened. And they're basically trying to say it has nothing to do with them, even though it happened in Chicago. Remember that guy that burnt that? They trying to blame the Trump administration for that, you guys. How many of you guys actually think that that's something that they can blame on Trump and the administration?
Illinois Democratic leaders are being accused of weaponizing a Chicago cross-burning incident that shocked the city earlier this month. Governor J.B. Pritzker barely waited until the fire was out before blaming President Trump.
A cross was burned in Grant Park just the other day. The very symbol of the KKK and the alt-right. The fact that it even occurred at all speaks to what happens when the seeds of racism and fascism grow unchecked in our country.
I would gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger that you give me today. That is who you just saw that just had got on the screen, you guys. I apologize for not giving him the proper intro. That's right, you guys. That is J.B. Pritzker, a.k.a. Wimpy from Popeyes. I would gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger you give me today.
So what happens when the seeds of racism and fascism grow unchecked in our country?
One problem, Chicago prosecutors are handing Pritzker a reality check, saying the suspect, 21-year-old Merlin Liu, admitted to setting the cross on fire to, quote, send a message to the Trump administration. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson had an opportunity to respond to the suspect's confession, but he doubled down on race.
He definitely did say that because we covered it before, Joe. Joe made a great, strong point. That dumb A kid already said that he did it to protest against DJT. He did. And that's the way you say your comment over here. You guys, let's go.
Look, I can't speak to his lack of or understanding of the gravity of what he's alleged of having done. And, you know, again, it's a painful reminder of how hatred towards Black Americans still permeates, in our society.
One Illinois Republican lawmaker says don't be surprised if the president never gets an apology from J.B. Pritzker.
I'm not really surprised that J.B. Pritzker hasn't walked this back, hasn't apologized. I mean, let's face it, J.B. Pritzker has Trump derangement syndrome so bad that he just can't help but getting his nose over his skis all of the time.
Ari, not only did
I'm just trying to get you guys up to date, up to what's going on. I would like to see comments going on in our dialogue, bringing us up to date, because that's where we get a good forum going on. I want to know what you guys are thinking about all of the updates, the trending topics, and current events. That's what we do on Purple Sunday. We bring a lot of stuff to the end because it's the last day of the week. We close up on certain topics. We follow through on probably stories that we left open-ended, like the health and wellness section today, when we're going to be back in those hotels, teaching you guys how to be safe in there a little further. Also, we keep up on other trends and topics, current events, politics, and much more. And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? We're on our way to 74,000 subscribers. Let's go ahead and do it, you guys. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. And also, yeah, hit that like button too. We got to get on over here. Where we at right now? The poll that nearly half of Generation Z says that life feels like it has no purpose. That may be, to me, I'm saying this personally from me to you guys, we're lucky and we're blessed that we did have our grandmothers and our mothers that got us involved in the Bible and religion and understanding that the day is a blessing, and being able to give up grace and thank the Lord for every moment that we have the chance to be on this earth. The new generation now, they move very fast. They don't really look into religion. If you notice, I'm going to say something crazy. They play music loud on Sunday. Not regular music is what I'm saying. All sorts of stuff. Sunday is no longer a day of calm, a day of peace, a day of religion, to go to unwind as well as to praise and give love and thanks to your Lord. It's not a day of that anymore. It's just another extension of, to me, what I see out going on is an extension of Saturday. Oh, it's another day in the weekend, when it really shouldn't be that. Sunday is really a day of rest and also a day of religion and respect, depending on unless you're a 7-day Adventist as well. We don't see anything like that going on anymore, where people talk about the Bible, are in fear of their soul, things of that nature. We're not supposed to talk about it anymore. Race and religion and things like that kind of make people suppressed to talking about religion. No one talks about the afterlife. No one talks about burning in HELL hockey sticks. No one talks about heaven. No, because they don't want to think about stuff like that, because they just thinking about the now and what they're doing right now. So I like to shine a light on certain things like that. And of course, we pray and thank God all the time over here for every single day that we get to be with each other. And for even when he helps us and gets us out of situations, because we understand and we know that that was you, Lord. Real talk. Amen. That was a quick prayer right there. That goes to show you I don't play around about it. And I don't mess around when it comes down to giving up the love and to the Lord and what my religion is. But the sad part about it is they're not like you and I, guys. They don't think about stuff like that. All they're thinking about is cell phone, this and that. And that's empty. There's no promise there. They're not thinking about anything but social networks, swiping quickly, and then what the next person is doing. And if I can't be as thin as that person, I can't get as rich as that person. They're always trying to chase and never really getting anything wholesome out of their lives. Really need to hone down on this new generation and actually try to help them and let them understand that there is help out here. And maybe, yes, religion may be that. You guys may not agree with me, but I do think that is part of it. Let's get into this right now and see what's going on with Generation Z. As they say, life lacks purpose.
find that many Gen Zers are feeling lost in their lives. Look at that number right there. 45% said they believe their life has little to no purpose or meaning. Here to react to our Gen Z commentators, Grace Riley and Brian Hollihan. Good morning to you both. And Grace, I'll start with you. 45%, and that's almost half of Gen Zers feel this way. Why is this happening right now?
Yeah, and it's no wonder, because Gen Z is constantly surrounded by an abundance of noise and distractions that point in the wrong direction, and it leads them to looking for fulfillment and meaning in all of the wrong.
Sam, you're right about that. He's seen religion save lots of junkies and bring them back a 360. I didn't see the rest of it, but I've seen it happen too, Sam. Junkies, you never thought that they was going to make it back. And next thing you know, they got into the Bible and boom, look, all got their lives back together and never turned back.
Places, but faith is the answer to that. Yeah, and it's no wonder because Gen Z is constantly surrounded by an abundance of noise and distractions that point in the wrong direction. And it leads them to looking for fulfillment and meaning in all of the wrong places. But faith is the answer to this. It's associated with a stronger sense of responsibility, stability, greater civic participation, and a more hopeful outlook on life. It drives purpose in all other areas. And Gen Z seems to be figuring this out, which is incredible. According to Barna's latest data, 66% of all of US adults say that they've made a personal commitment to Jesus that is still important in their life today. So in this broken world that we live in, it seems like people are starting to wake up to the fact that the profound hope, peace, and fulfillment that can be found in faith and truth is the answer.
Brylan, how do you feel about this? Do you also think that faith could play a role in reversing this among young people?
Absolutely. I think it plays the sole role in reversing this amongst our generation. I mean, every single day we're told to chase our own truth, to live out what feels good, to follow hookup culture, to follow what society says, to embrace all of this insanity, to live off the government, to do anything to replace the God-shaped hole in our hearts with everything but God. I've got a novel concept today. What if the entire reason that we're the most confused, the most lonely, the most suicidal generation is because we keep trying to put non-God-shaped things in our God-shaped hole in our heart? What if maybe we started living counterculture and started living for Christ as we were intended instead of living for our flesh and living off of government assistance programs? That might.
Yeah, because a lot of people scared. They don't want to live by no Bible because they can't do certain things. They can't do this. They can't do that. Can't smoke. Can't drink. Can't do this. Can't fornicate. Can't do a lot of stuff. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? So a lot of people do what? Turn a blind eye to it. And what they do, they use a lot of flashy stuff, music, social networks, and all types of entertainment stuff to get their minds off what they really need to be thinking about. Because in reality, let's think about it, you guys. When we're sitting there in that room, when it's actually our time and it's getting real quiet, who's there for you? Who you really start praying to and wondering why and hoping that that there's there for you. If you really think about it, you're praying and hoping that God's going to make sure that you're good and your family's going to be safe, aren't you? So you need to get right with Him now before you even get to that stage. Hopefully, many more youth and our adolescents and preteens start to get into Christ and the Bible, as well as religion overall. Not just the Bible, but religion overall, because it does add a sense of respect and pride and understanding, as well as the media. You guys know what I'm talking about. When you go to look at a truck and you want to go buy something off of the truck, and they say halal, you get a little sense that it's a little cleaner, it's a little different than those other trucks, right? Let's call it what it is, you guys, when it comes down to kosher. Certain things like that, you know that they have certain sort of standards. That's what I'm talking about, you guys. Standards and practices and love and will for fellow man. Doesn't matter what your religion is. I want to say all religions are respected here. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Detroit. Come on over here, Batty. We got some situations going on over at General Motors. I need you guys to be strong for this because you heard about the 1,000 workers that were fired. You're not going to believe this. They were replaced by 500 robots. Let's get on over to General Motors and see what's going on with that, you guys. Let's go on the assembly line.
Workers at a Detroit General Motors facility say they are disgusted after more than 1,000 employees are laid off and dozens of robots are now on the job instead. Now, GM says this. See, some of this is already starting to happen. We started talking about this at least about, I would say, 4 months ago when we started talking about AI replacing people. We started to go into certain machinery, pizza dough flippers and things like that as well, right? So now it's really happening, even more automated, because General Motors and Ford and all of those car companies, they were already a lot automated, but now it's even more. The situation isn't how it might look from the outside, so let's get over to Nick, who's got the full story here. Nick, is it as simple as GM replacing hundreds of humans with machines, or is there more to it?
There's more to it, Marky. GM says no, but that's not how it appeals to those who work there, right? The company has not drawn a direct line between each layoff and each new machine. What we can say is that GM cut more than 1,000 jobs at GM's Factory Zero plant in Detroit.
You see those machines right there, right? They painted green for a reason, because that's what they're saving. No lateness, no calling in, no time off, no vacation, no maternity leave. You get where I'm going here? No 401k, no health insurance. They don't got to do nothing but maintain those machines and save all that other money.
Which is all electric. Then they installed roughly 50 robots on the assembly line. The collaborative robots, or as they are called, cobots, made by the BOOGOTTINYC American Corporation, help employees attach body panels
Look at that one right there. Who said that one? Frank White said no calling in.
on vehicles. Jim says they are designed to work beside people, improving safety, ergonomics, flexibility, and competitiveness. The company has also said its production cuts were driven by slower electric vehicle demand. But to workers who have
Can you imagine that arm calling in? I'm gonna be a little late.
watched their plant shrink, the order of events is hard to ignore. Their jobs disappeared, then the robots arrived.
The threat of humanoid robotics, the mass automation. It's a profound threat and a challenge to our way of life, to our economy, and our political system. We need to be clear about this. We are in a fight for humanity.
Now, a GM spokesperson calls the robots a part of.
Now, who said that? Let me give her props. I am Kiera says we are watching this live due to Dr. Marion Croak, a Black American inventor of VoIP. God is good. That's not a lie. Let's keep going, y'all.
Of a broader push toward using more advanced tech company-wide, Marky.
All right, we'll watch that closely.
Now, since we're talking about billions and millions and talking about money, you guys know what time it is. We got to go ahead and get into it because you know I'm not going to play around with it. Wait a minute. Dong, dong, dong. We got massive takedown, hundreds to charge in billion-dollar fraud schemes. We've been following up with this story all week, you guys. Oh, my God. When it comes down to the money, let's follow it. Let's see where it leads us. Let's go. Let's keep on going. You guys double tap that screen.
DOJ charging a total of 455 people, including doctors, across 45 states for their alleged role in $6.5 billion worth of fraud schemes.
You guys, what you're looking at right there is that Fetty Wap. Y'all see that right there, right?
That massive takedown involves a heartbreaking story about an 18-year-old college basketball player who died on his campus. A doctor is now in custody. And the administrator of the U.S. Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, Dr. Oz, who I spoke to earlier, says he is not playing games anymore.
Watch this, y'all. This is crazy. Come on in.
This is a war.
Stay with us on this.
Which you have never seen.
Stay with us.
That kid was hurt irreparably, passed away because nothing was done about these fraudsters, and they went right after it. Their company billed over $90 million while a child was buried by their family.
We spoke about this case and more, and here is our interview. Dr. Oz, thank you so much for being here. I want to start by asking you about a beautiful young man, 18 years old. We have his picture, Caden Francis. We often think about fraud having financial victims, but this is a human victim. Tell me about Caden.
So I spoke to Caden's mom, Julian, and wonderful kid, A student, was doing just fine. And she got caught up, the mom, in this scam where they were trying to scare parents, and then they would offer these tests to screen the hearts of these kids to make sure that they were healthy. The problem here is apparently the doctor never really looked at the tests. We believe that because the Department of Justice identified that within 11 seconds of getting the test results on this wonderful young man, they said he was fine. Within a month, he was dead. And if you actually look at the autopsy, the mother spoke to me about this. Your heart normally is the size of a fist. His heart was 2.5 times bigger than this, almost the size of a basketball, a big heart. And when you have a heart that large and you push it because you're playing sports, it'll stop sometimes. And that's what happened to this poor young man. Mother lost him. And in her words, she says he was like any street criminal who murdered somebody. That's how clear it was to her that he was a bad person. And she wants that doctor, in her words, to rot in jail. She doesn't hurt more people out on the streets, even though her son will never come back. And you beautifully point out the reality that these folks who are willing to steal from our most vulnerable are more than happy to take your health. They'll steal your life. And that's the pathology we're dealing with. The human cost of the fraud that we have tolerated, and especially since COVID, is massive.
They don't care.
Corrupts the fundamental infrastructure of our social networks, of our programs to help people who are, as Hubert Humphrey said, I'm in the Hubert Humphrey building right now, the Health and Human Services building. He said there's a moral test of government to take care of those at the dawn of life, our children. Obviously, the system failed Caden. Those at the twilight of life, our seniors. Hospice is a good example where we're failing them, and those living in the shadows. And we have examples in folks in all three of those categories who have been hurt. And when you let that kind of money get taken out of the system, you encourage more corruption, more crime. It's about $100 billion a year that we're tracking.
Dr. Oz, just
And we got a deficit over here. We owe people money. We over here complaining about the cost of groceries. We got homelessness going on out here, veterans. You know how much money we could have saved by all of this fraud and all of these people getting caught and not doing what they did? This was a really good thing that Elon and everybody started when they started with Doge. I actually have to agree with it, you guys, because we would have never thought or know about any of this stuff. And then we would have always been like trying to figure out what's going on because we have no idea. Now that the scab has been peeled back, look at what's going on under it. Look at this. This is crazy.
So I understand, 'cause you're a heart doctor. So this doctor was allegedly giving an EKG that was not medically correct, clearing this young man to go out there, and then he dies. And you've spoken to his mom, just on a human level. How is she doing? Because I would be so upset, so angry. You gave us a quote from her, but you've spoken to her.
Yes, the doctor gave him a clear bill of health, EKG. Go ahead and go play. Meanwhile, he got a heart the size of a basketball.
I have spoken to her, and I've been connecting by text as well since the conversation. I spoke to his older brother, by the way, who said that Caden was, although I'm older than him, he was always the person that all of us admired. He just did everything well. And he was playing college basketball as an A student. So he was doing a lot of things, juggling a lot of balls in the air. And I'm thinking about the fact of this wonderful family. They're from Florida, by the way. So people say this is a politically motivated. These people living in a red state, right? I don't know if they're Democrats or Republicans. Who cares? When a child dies, that doesn't matter anymore. We have to prevent these types of criminals from thriving in our ecosystem. And the problem really did accentuate during COVID because we taught a lot of criminals, including multinational organizations, many of them foreign, that they could steal from the federal government and we would not come after them. And we taught that in 4 years of mismanagement under the Biden administration.
Yeah, you guys kind of taught them how to do it. Hey, send in this. We'll send you free money. We know you're not working. So, you know, with great responsibility come criminals too, you guys. And this is another situation. People got rich. People got away. And hopefully now they catch a lot of it. But the damage has already been done. That's why we are now paying for the cleanup. Now, billionaires like this piece of crap, I don't even understand why he's not in jail. In jail without the bail. Yep, I'm going way old school on this one. Fat boys in jail. I'm going there. I want to know why this dude right here is not in jail. This is a billionaire, one of Jeffrey Epstein's associates. His name is Leon Black. Now watch, he's gonna walk out the interview. He got subpoenaed, but didn't say much. Let's get on into this Leon Black situation, you guys, and see what's going on.
California Congressman Robert Garcia, the ranking member of the House Oversight Committee, was just in that interview with Leon Black. He joins us now. Congressman, tell us what happened.
Look, I think at the end of the day, Leon Black is critical to this investigation. $150 million from Leon Black went to Jeffrey Epstein. There are
$150 million from Leon Black went to Jeffrey Epstein.
Survivors that we know have actually accused Mr. Black of really serious crimes and abuse, and the fact that he won't answer questions as it relates to these NDAs is huge. And for us, this investigation, what the chairman is doing right now is important. These subpoenas will ensure that we get the NDAs, but also ensure that we actually get Leon Black in front of our committee under subpoena and under oath. So he actually has to answer these questions. These interviews should all be under oath. And the fact right now that we're actually going to get Mr. Black under oath is really important. So we actually commend Chairman Comer's decision here. It's what Democrats have been asking for this entire time, these under oath depositions. And so right now we're actually waiting for Leon Black to make a decision whether he's going to continue, whether he's not. He's been meeting with his lawyers, but the attorneys have been doing a good job of asking tough questions he won't answer.
Okay, let's talk about the
questions he won't answer.
Those tough questions, especially since this conversation is still happening and playing out in real time. What are the questions you want to ask Leon Black?
Look, we need to ask Leon Black where and why he gave Jeffrey Epstein $150 million and for what? Because at the end of the day, we do not know. We also now know that Leon Black is essentially ending this interview because he's being asked for information about these NDAs, about these women that were abused.
non-disclosure agreements that were signed with women that they paid off, and Leon Black had something to do with the payoffs, up to those hundreds of millions of dollars right there. What's his involvement? Why is he not arrested or being investigated, you guys? I'm just asking the question.
That were targeted. And so there's a lot of information that he has. Look, we're just hearing right now that Mr. Black is probably going to walk out of this interview. He's no longer going to continue. What he needs to understand is that we're going to continue to be able to answer these questions because he's going to have to come back to us under subpoena. And that's
Did you have, I'm sorry, Congressman, did you have an opportunity to sidebar with Chairman Comer in advance of his decision, his announcement that he's going to issue these subpoenas?
we've been communicating with Mr. Comer the entire time. So I think he's doing the right thing here.
He's coming out.
Right now, I'm glad that Leon Black's going to come back under subpoena and answer our questions. And so
Now they're gonna put him under subpoena.
One of the
he's
women,
going to be coming out here right now in a minute.
we will keep our camera trained on him. Oh,
So this is Leon Black.
Leon Black walking towards our cameras. He is refusing to continue this interview. Has now been issued
There he is, you guys. Mr. Leon Black, responsible for making Jeffrey Epstein richer.
subpoena by the chair of the House Oversight Committee. We will check in with our own Michael Schnell on the other side to see if he was willing to answer.
Now, Comer says he issues 2 subpoenas to Leon Black now in the Epstein probe, so now he's got to come back under subpoena. Whoa, we may be getting some information. Yesterday, we found out that they got to redact some emails. Now we got some more information coming in on Leon Black. We're doing what we can do to stay on topic and stay on point with these stories, you guys. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. We got to go to boom, 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 boom. Bloom, 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 bloom. How many people been to Hawaii? Man, I went to Hawaii before. Let me tell you something about Hawaii. Don't leave home without the dough. Woo, boy, you need to take a lot of money out of Hawaii when you go to Hawaii, boy. This was in 2000 and dun, 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 let's say 2006 and 2007. That's when a gallon of milk was about $10 in Hawaii. And a Whopper, that's right, you guys, when I was eating that beef, that Whopper, those Whopper sandwiches, those were $15 inside of Burger King. What are you talking about, Boogotti? Ain't no way in the world. That's right, back in those times, that's how much it cost. You think about it, they don't have cows and milk around in the island. They got to fly that stuff in. So it's more expensive. Believe it or not, you may pay less for a lobster or a nice seafood dinner. Why? Because it comes right in from the coast and it's cheaper. Think about it, you guys. So yes, when you go to Hawaii, it's very expensive. And a lot of people that actually live there cannot afford it themselves. If you've ever been to Hawaii for a vacation, if you know what I'm talking about, please chime in and bring us up to date on your experience or how it was and how much you spent. But now we got businesses across Hawaii and Oahu in different islands that are closing because of the rising costs and the strains on their operations. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Let's get it.
High-profile businesses on Oahu are shutting down, raising concerns about economic pressures.
Community members worry about the losses for workers and families. Our Raquel Kahlo has more.
Behind me is one of many businesses across Oahu set to close their doors. And for some in the community, it's another sign of familiar places disappearing across the island.
I'm very sad it's closing. I've been going to the one in Pearl City before that one closed because I was right.
It is beautiful. The vegetation, the plant life, the scenery, it's beautiful, but it's expensive.
Latour Cafe in Kapolei is set to close at the end of the month. Just next door, DB Grill is also preparing to shut down on July 12th.
Well, I think it's terrible. I think it takes away
Thank you, Luigi.
local people that need jobs.
Let's get rid of El Shiabo, ELSHIABO. Who next time they say something, get rid of them, whoever's the mods up in here. Luigi 307 says El Shiabo is a troll. Let's get rid of him. I ain't even gonna ask. Let's just do it.
It's going to impact a trickle effect, impact their kids' kids.
Business leaders say many restaurants are struggling under the weight of rising costs, from labor to day-to-day operations.
We take care of them because they're like family.
They have rent to pay, they have children to support, minimum wage went up, when minimum wage goes up, everybody's pay scale goes up. At the same time, consumers are changing how they spend. People are really looking at, what is gonna be the best for their family economics, whether it's, should we drive to our favorite restaurant that's kind of across town? Or should we just stay within the neighborhood? It is extremely expensive out there, you guys. They've been had our prices. Everything is flown in and considered a delicacy. Retailers are feeling the pressure too, with Nordstrom Rack closing its Waikiki location. Who said that I spent $12,000 in Hawaii? Jack Welch spent a pretty good penny out there, huh? Next month.
We do know that a lot of physical retail has been hurting in the last several decades because of the shift to online, and businesses are clamoring to get that online, that e-com presence.
Still, with RIMPAC military exercise underway until July 31st, Matsuoka hopes for a boost in business. I just got to speak to 6 restaurateurs this morning who said they have seen the impact of RIMPAC. When they come in, it's, all the different countries, and when they have their times off, they will, venture out. We're looking forward to. Yeah, but they venturing out, and you guys got stuff so expensive, it's ridiculous. Man, I'm talking about in the more eccentric or the more expensive place that you go, the more you're gonna spend. I'm telling you, it's not a game out there, you guys. If you want to go to Hawaii, you better take a lot of dough with you. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? It's Purple Sunday, you guys. Let's go. Double tap that screen, get those likes up. We're working on 74,000 subscribers. What happened to the super chats, y'all? Come on now, show your boys some love. Y'all good out there? Come on, let's go. Let's show some love. You want your comments read, right? Let's go. I'm over here sweating for you guys. I'm working, sweating bullets. Let's go. We got to get on over to San Francisco. Okay, you guys. The real live Fast and Furious. We got a driver right here who unleashes his tirade against a car driver, also winds up arrested. Let me tell you guys, we talk about this all the time. We call it road rage. And you know what? It never pays off. Remember, we talked about give yourself 3 seconds or 3 minutes or actually think about something before you decide on doing it. You might want to consider that, especially when you're thinking about this video right here. We got a serious situation over here where this driver unleashes a tirade against his car. Watch this, you guys. A crazy road rage incident on the streets of San Francisco Hold on to the window. Thank you so much, 55 Coffee House Lisa Roy, for showing love on the super chat. Appreciate the show and chat. Look at this, you guys. I don't know how this man is holding on to this thin window. I don't know why the person wants to drive off, but this is part of road rage here. Don't let this be you. Remember I told you that. Ended with one man clinging to the other vehicle as it sped away. There's road rage, and then there's this. A furious driver just exited his vehicle and unleashed a tirade against another driver in the black SUV. Stunned onlookers can't believe it. Oh, they're running him over. Hold on. After more bickering at a stop sign, the SUV speeds off. But look who's hanging on. Off they go. Pablo Garcia Caceres recorded the stunning video.
He was just completely out of control. The amount of core strength that requires to just be grabbing onto a window that's that thin and just hold on for like a block and a half. It's really extraordinary.
The guy said the amount of core strength that it took to hold on. Off the car was arrested in what cops say was an unprovoked attack. He went over there, yeah, motherfucker, yo, what's wrong with you, son, this? I will break you out of this car. Oh my God. That's probably how that went down, right, y'all? Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. And guess what he got out of that deal? Silver bracelets. Silver bracelets. They're one size fits all for everybody. Watch your head. Damn it. I shouldn't have did that, should I? Look at that Chinese restaurant over there. Even Domino's is looking good. Papa John's looks good right now to me. Yeah, y'all. Silver bracelets. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to go. We got to get on over to Florida, where we got this affidavit that reveals details on champion.
I'm sorry, that makes me laugh too. I apologize, you guys. Watch your head. Oh man, that just makes me laugh so much too. Brings tears to my eyes sometimes. I try to fight the laughter back, but it's hard. We got an affidavit right now that's going to reveal details of a Champions Gate arrest. Now we got some Florida Highway Patrol officers here who putting in fake time. That's right, you guys. You know how sometimes you like to get a police officer to work security because you know there's a lot that comes along with that. They actually can have a weapon. You already know that they're police. And a lot of times if something happens and the police come, they can maintain the situation. But you got to be careful out here when you're in Florida because you know how they get in Florida. They like to get shifty with the numbers. That's right, you guys. Let's put in some time that we didn't even work. How about I put in some hours while I'm doing something else and still get paid for it? And they got busted and fired, not from the police job, but for their extra job that they were doing. Let's keep on moving forward and double tap that screen. I wonder why this didn't go viral and get them fired at their jobs like other people get fired. Let's go ahead and double tap that screen and get those likes up, you guys.
2 Florida Highway Patrol troopers are out of jail and out of a job.
Meanwhile, you look like her with a wig on. Anybody notice that? Let's keep on going, y'all. Double tap that screen, get those likes up. Come on.
After investigators say they committed fraud. The troopers are accused of billing for off-duty work they did not perform. Champions Gate is a private golf and resort community just southwest of Walt Disney World. As you've been passing by on I-4, you may have noticed that archway up there. Champions Gate hires off-duty law enforcement officers to patrol these streets and keep this community safe.
Makes sense.
State investigators say 2 Florida Highway Patrol troopers billed Champions Gate for off-duty work, but never actually showed up here. Lanita, are the accusations true? Florida Highway Patrol Captain Lanita King, seen here with a jacket over her head, did not answer any of our questions.
Hey, Lanita, come on now, Lanita. You know better than to have that jacket on your head. He's a civil service worker over. You're supposed to answer our questions. What's going on, Captain Lanita?
As an associate escorted her out of the Osceola County Jail following King's arrest on fraud and theft charges. King, who's been with FHP for more than 21 years, and Trooper Maurice Bill Saint, an 18-year veteran of the agency, are both accused of billing Champions Gate Resort for off-duty law enforcement work they did not perform. According to FHP, the 2 troopers would send emails with their hours and billing information to Champions Gate management, which would then pay the troopers directly. Records obtained by News 6 show FHP's Inspector General launched investigations into both troopers, at one point secretly placing GPS tracking devices on their vehicles to confirm their locations.
So your chief got down with it at the police, and they set you up.
According to investigators, Bill Saint billed Champions Gate for 60 days of work he did not perform, totaling more than $15,000. On some of those days, investigators say Bill Saint was traveling out of the country. On others,
he was getting paid while he was in the shade, doing vacation and getting that dough at the same time, y'all.
He was allegedly working his regular shift for FHP. King, who was a high-ranking captain, is accused of fraudulently billing the resort for 9 days of work at a total of more than $3,500. FHP tells us both troopers no longer work for the agency. Coincidentally, Lanita King's husband also used to be a
Somebody said should have stopped at 30 days. Look at Hollywood.
captain at the Florida Highway Patrol. Sterling King was fired from the agency more than 20 years ago after his arrest for misconduct. Records show he allegedly lied while trying to help get a woman's traffic ticket dismissed.
No, you got to realize the chief before that got the same sort of situation at the same place. Check this out. Another person got fired before them. They should have learned.
His arrest for misconduct. Records show more than 20 years ago after his arrest for misconduct. Records show he allegedly lied while trying to help get a woman's traffic ticket dismissed. Reporting in Champions Gate, Mike DeForest, News 6.
Oh my God, let's go. We got to keep on going, you guys. We got to double tap that screen, get those likes up. We got more and more to keep on bringing to you guys. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on in, you guys. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? We're still the #1 show on YouTube every single day as long as we're on. We got a van driver who delivers officer. Whoa, you serious? We're going to do this one right here? Okay, we got a van driver. I like this one right here. This van driver, he was minding his business. All of a sudden, some police needed some help. Come on and get in. All of a sudden, the van driver becomes, you know how they confiscate your vehicle? And they basically say, I got to take your car. Go down here, make a right. So, of course, we had this van driver, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, minding his business. And all of a sudden, a big situation breaks out in Kent. Now, what they're saying is, I'm sorry, out in the situation, what they're saying is that there was a police activity where they were trying to get a man under control. And they could not they could not catch up to him. So a van was riding by. The nice driver said, hop in, I'll drive you down to catch him. Check this out, you guys. Here we go with some citizens actually getting involved and helping out. Let's go.
Get back, get back.
So as you can see, the suspect is getting away, and they're like, get in the back, get in the back.
Go, 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 go. Go, go. Down the hill towards viaduct.
The suspect is evading officers' attempts to arrest him.
Get back, get back.
Until
Go.
police officers were investigating a serious assault when the suspect began to flee. A member of the public steps in to help, letting the officer jump in the back of his van.
If you just go past him, keep going past. Keep going past.
Now he's saying, go past him. Don't even stop next to him. Go past him.
Keep going past. Keep going past. Keep going. Right. Stop here on the right. Stop.
Damn, door closed.
Stop there. Don't move. Put your hands in now.
Could you imagine that? You just driving by and the police like, yo, stop the car. I need you to drive me down here real quick. And you actually help them where they get this guy arrested?
Right. No worries. Cheers, no problem. Once you've done it, be with service. Okay, cheers, buddy. We'll get on with doing the rest of it. Thanks very much for your assistance. That was quite exhilarating. See you later. The rest of your day is a bit calmer. Yes. Cheers, guys. Yeah, see you later.
There you go. Not only was he a snitch, but he helped out. Let me stop. You better not bring that van back to the hood, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing with you guys. Glad that they caught him, and I'm glad that somebody was able to assist. Because if that was somebody, a woman or a child that got assaulted, we would want to make sure that that guy was brought to justice. What y'all got to say over there? I hope you feel better, Sam. This is something that you see in the movie, right? You saw that, right? It's only something that you see in the movie. That was in England. I think it was. I told you we go everywhere. That's crazy, right? We go everywhere. That was in the UK. Let's get on over to Oklahoma right now. Where doom doom. No, we ain't gonna do that one. But we're gonna do this one. Because I actually got a little check for saying this before. We have the meats. We have the meats. Now, where does that come in from, you guys? How many of you guys ever been to this place where you heard them say that before as their slogan? We have the meats. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been there before? Do you like any of their food? If so, let me know in the comments section, you guys. If you guys like Arby's, yes, you're right. But my question is, do you like Arby's? What's your favorite meal that you ever got from there? Do you like the steak sandwich? Do you like the pastrami? What do you guys like? The gyro is good, Arby's. Okay, it's the, shut up, angels, shut up. I love Arby's. It's a guilty pleasure. Yes, the Reuben. Okay. I hope you like a little angels, you son of a... That's why I love doing this show. I love doing this show. Because some of you already know where we're going with it. We got to get on over to Oklahoma. Because I know you guys we have the meats. But you don't want any spit in your sandwich. And you don't want any herpes in there either. Yes, you guys, we got a situation where a woman was sued. She sued Arby's after a manager allegedly inside of her sandwich, her food, and it gave her herpes. Let's get into it, you guys. Let's go. We're going over to Oklahoma.
Are learning more details about some truly disgusting allegations out of Broken Bow. A woman suing after she says a manager at Arby's spit in her food and gave her oral herpes. Tonight, we're hearing from that woman's lawyer. News 4 Spencer Humphrey is here with what he had to say. Spencer.
Yeah, Kevin, that lawyer says the customer and restaurant worker were familiar with each other and that the restaurant worker knew she had herpes, but spit in that customer's food anyway because she figuratively had beef with her.
It just offends the public decency to me.
That's attorney Will Blocker, putting things mildly after he says an Arby's manager gave his client herpes by spitting in her roast beef sandwiches.
She took and offended our most basic decency and principles and trust in a restaurant system.
His newly filed lawsuit says it all played out in Broken Bow back in March. His client, Jenica Church, had just finished a long shift at work.
She swung into Arby's, was really hungry, asked for a couple sandwiches.
He says the restaurant's manager, Amanda Hendricks, served Church 2 hot roast beef sandwiches. Church ate one, then drove home and shared the other with her father-in-law and mother. Fast forward. Blocker says Church's daughter, dating Hendricks' son, walked in on him talking with Hendricks on FaceTime, where he says Hendricks proudly admitted to spitting in Church's sandwiches.
She got a recording of that. Her daughter got a recording of that, and the woman was not scared to say it outright. It's fine. You can tell your mom I spit in your sandwich.
He says Church called the franchisee's complaint line that the woman who answered claimed she reviewed surveillance footage.
And she said, "Oh, yes. The food's all safe. We watched the video. There was nothing."
During all this is when Blocker says Church, who'd never shown signs or symptoms before, suddenly tested positive for herpes.
My client does have the herpes virus now, and she did not have it prior to this incident.
Herpes now after eating the Arby's that they spit in.
She reported it all to police, who got a hold of the surveillance footage, finding it actually showed something very different than the restaurant allegedly told her.
It's clearly a hot beef sandwich with hot saliva going in it. Immediately out to my client who was starving and ate it almost immediately. So it's almost like you could say spitting from one mouth to the other.
According to the lawsuit, when Church...
My client has the herpes. He should have said it that way. He says, my client has the herpes.
Reached back out to the restaurant with the police findings, they offered her free sandwiches and a $5 gift card.
What you talking about? More hakateur and for cheaper? Are you serious?
There must be a cultural issue with this company.
The lawsuit alleges Hendricks knew she had the oral herpes virus, even had visible lesions on her body, but...
Why is she working there if she got that on her body and she's got that? Why is she handling food? My question.
Intentionally and deliberately spit on Church's food anyway.
We've been told by her own words that she had herpes in a statement to someone else.
Authorities in Broken Bow arresting Hendricks on charges of poisoning food with intent to injure or kill. Meanwhile, Blocker now just hopes Church was the only customer this happened.
No, I'm all for what Kathy Joker Hochul is saying. You know, when they said giving health care to SEX workers, I'm probably thinking that that's what she probably was doing before she got that job at Arby's, you guys.
I'm hoping it's just one lady, one crazy lady that had beef.
And we reached out to the company Flynn Group, a national restaurant franchise group the lawsuit claims owns that Arby's in Broken Bow, but we've not heard back.
Yeah, that's a good question. What do you get if you order the fries? Lord have mercy. What did they give you in Arby's? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, and double tap that screen and get those likes up. Woo! We're going to pray for that person and hope they can deal with their newfound disease that they got. And somebody said the amount that it would take to go in that sandwich is a lot. So we don't know if that's purely true. Could have been a bump or whatever the case may be. Be careful when you guys eating out and having food, and you can try your best to pay attention to the people and the surroundings. Sometimes when I go in the restaurant, before I even order, I watch how they treat the machinery. I watch how the people walking in the back. I try to look on the floor in the back and things like that before I even order. I try to see a lot of different things before I even get my order on. Pray for them, and hopefully they don't get sick behind this. Even worse. Amen. We got new situations over in New York, and if you can make it there, you'll make it. Bum, bum. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York, New York. That's right, you guys. That's what I'm talking about, the Bronx Bombers. We had to keep it in the Bronx and bring it to a Bronx Bomber song because we got a situation here where a crazy man, that's right, has been arrested for assaulting EMS workers in the Bronx. So, Mom Dami, na is a supercat, na na use a dam dami, the one that's talking about only sending out help, only sending out social workers when it comes down to having these crazy people get dealt with. You, the one that's saying that we need to demonetize and get rid of some of the police, all up until they started messing around at Gracie Mansion, huh? You don't see him talking about getting rid of the police anymore too much now, do you? Now we got more situations where we don't hear anything about his social workers coming out talking about what's going on here. How can we help? Yeah, sad situation is now we got the EMS workers dealing directly with these crazy people with no police assistance. Let's get into it, you guys. We got a crazy man who's been arrested for assaulting an EMS worker in the Bronx. Let's go. And remember, you guys, we keep on coming back to this topic in this borough because there was a person that had a community meeting. She was Police Commissioner Tish, and they were saying that crime was down. And there was one person who was a person that actually advocates, who actually covers the Bronx and said, not in my neighborhood. And then basically this is how we knew that the books are being cooked. They're cooking the books. They're knocking down the crimes. They're getting rid of certain weapons, and they're not even classifying certain crimes the way that they used to. That's why they're trying to say that crime is down in New York. Let's go, you guys. Let's go. Wonder what they're going to classify this as.
First, the man in black looks like he spits on the EMS worker. Then, after more than 5 minutes of squaring off at the corner of Morris and McClellan this morning, they start fighting, with the man kicking and punching the worker, leaving his arm cut up and covered in blood, according to witnesses.
I don't know what happened, but something happened.
But something happened. I don't know what happened, but something happened. And the man, he just go crazy. You see? Crazy. Let's go.
Because she called me and go crazy.
Workers over at that bodega tell us when they came to open up this morning, the man was already just lying down on this side of the street. And while they're not sure exactly who called the ambulance for him, he apparently wasn't too happy to see it, with police telling us at one point he even threw a rock at it.
I know him. I see him every day. He got family around here.
New tonight, police telling us the man is 26-year-old Trayvon Rumble, who's previously been charged 6 other times as an adult.
He got the right last name, Trayvon Rumble. I don't know what happened. Maybe the guy, he crazy. I see him around here. He got family down there. Let's keep going, guys. Come on.
Including arrests for burglary and false impersonation just last month.
In the community, he got a lot of problem with people, the police running behind him sometimes.
Sources say his rap sheet includes even more arrests at the juvenile.
Person like that, he needed help because maybe make damage for somebody.
For his arrest today, Rumble's now facing 2 counts of felony assault. In Concourse Village, Greg Thompson, News 12, Bronx.
Rumble, young man, Rumble. That's his last name, you guys. I did not make that up. His name is not Trayvon Martin. His name is Trayvon Rumble. Rumble, young man, Rumble. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Up in the head, you guys. You got to be careful about people like that. Y'all saw what's going on. What y'all got for me up in these comments? Let's go. A mess. He definitely was. Lisa Ann, really, that's effed up. The calls never reached the police. What else? People are crazy. Them EMS workers did a great job at defending themselves. They had no choice. It's New York. You better be nice with your hands over here. You see what happened when they tried to take Ralph Cramden in the back room talking about, hey, Lefty, take him in the back and rough him up. You remember that scene? You guys, if y'all don't remember the scene I'm talking about, yes, I still watch The Honeymooners to this day. There was a scene where Ralph, we found a lot of money or whatever the case may be, and these people wanted to come. They broke into Ralph and Alice's house, and they said, because Ralph was talking a lot back and forth with the guy and said, man, if I ever catch you again, I'm going to wear you out. And then the one guy said, oh yeah, why don't you let me take him in the back and rough him up? And then Ralph said, okay. And then Norton was sitting there, and I think it was Alice was sitting there, and Norton was like, no, not my buddy, because they was like rumbling in the room, right? And then the guy walks out. Next thing you know, boom, the guy hits the ground. Ralph comes out, get him up. Well, you never ran into a New York City bus driver before, huh? That's what I'm talking about. Don't sleep on our people that work in New York. Don't never know who you're going to run into, you guys. Go check out that episode of The Honeymooners. It's a classic. Let's get on over to Fishkill right now, you guys, because we got a serious situation where there was a situation over here where there was a fatal cliff jump where a man loses his life after a dive into the Fishkill Creek. Why would you want to take a header into the Fishkill Creek? Because a lot of people do it and they don't notice that the tides go in and out and they get very low and you really don't know what's down there. That's why family members, people that live in Fishkill, in that community, they always see kids walking over there and they're like, hey, be careful back there. And the kids are like, we already know. But a lot of times, you know, they actually get lucky. But be careful out there when you're jumping into creeks and lakes and things like that, especially if they have anything to do with tides going in and out. Let's get on over to Fishkill and see what's going on with this story, you guys.
Staff and residents at the Loft community by Fishkill Creek say this was bound to happen. 34-year-old Vincent Jabinet of Newburgh died after jumping headfirst off a cliff into the creek.
You know that he's gonna die year over year.
Yeah, that boy, Ruffy boy, yeah.
When they see people walking behind the complex toward the creek, they try to warn them it's dangerous back there.
But usually kids respond by, yeah, we know and we're okay and thank you and do it anyway.
Beacon police say video taken at the scene confirms Jabinet dove in from a cliff. Police also say Jabinet had not resurfaced for several minutes until witnesses called 911. Police, fire, and EMS got there within 6 minutes of that call. It was too late. A state police dive team found Jabinet's body an hour later, still submerged, right where he jumped in.
Now you see how murky the water is. You don't know the depth. You don't know if there's rocks. You don't know what's going on. You don't know where it's deeper at. Got to be careful before you just dive into places.
Staff at the Loft say EMS regularly responds to injuries here. They get it. It's a beautiful place. Lots of families come here to hang out, but it's really stressful for them to look out their windows and see kids jumping one after another off these cliffs into the creek.
You warn them as much as you can. I mean, even though he was an adult, doesn't make it any better. It's just like there's nothing we can do.
They'd like there to be signs warning against diving, maybe even a public information campaign. Something. The city of Beacon maintains the trail by the creek. I've reached out to several Beacon officials with the neighbors' concerns. I haven't heard back. According to past news reports, this was the third death at the creek since 2013. In Beacon, Dutchess County, Ben Nandy, News 12.
Hopefully that will give guys us a pre-warning. I know we like it. It's summertime outside now. We're having a good time. Everybody's trying to cool off, but be careful out there. Want to pray for the life of the adult that was actually lost in this tragedy. And I want to pray for his family as well. And anybody going to do any diving right now, be very careful. I watched the dive the other day where a guy jumped off of something and almost impaled himself with a pole that was in the water. You never know what's down in those waters until you examine them before you start doing these dives. Be very careful out there. Amen. Let's get on over to Kansas City. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Am I right? Let's get back home like the Wizard of Oz, you guys. We're gonna go on over to Kansas City, where we got a man with a pow pow who opens pow pow on KCPD. It was a motorcycle cop that he opened pow pow on, and he stopped right at the stop sign. This went crazy, you guys. I don't know what happened with this guy to make him go crazy and do this. Luckily, they got him arrested. Let's go.
Justin Ewing. I'm a sergeant with Missouri State Highway Patrol. That's JUSTIN. Last name's EWING. At the request of the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, the Missouri State Highway Patrol's Division of Drug and Crime Control was requested to investigate an officer-involved shooting that occurred today, Thursday, June 25th, 2026. Around 1:38 p.m. this afternoon, a motorcycle officer with the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department notified his dispatch that shots had been fired. That someone was actually actively firing at him. According to witnesses that were near the scene, a male subject armed with a rifle began firing at the KCPD officer as he was stopped at a stop sign near 27th and Jackson.
So the officer was stopped at a stop sign, and somebody just starts pow, pow, pow at the police officer as he at the light, as he at the stop sign.
That officer dismounted his motorcycle and began returning fire at that subject. The subject fled into a nearby wooded area. Arriving officers located that suspect running and actually witnessing fleeing into that wooded area, at which time additional responding officers arrived on scene and set up a perimeter. And after a short amount of time, that subject eventually walked out of the woods and was taken into custody without incident. Thankfully, we can report today that neither the officer nor the subject involved in this incident.
Crazy.
That subject has been taken into custody. And so Missouri State Highway Patrol's role will be to investigate the officer-involved shooting. Any charges related to the subject and his assault on that officer are being handled by the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department. So that's the information as we know it. As always, this information is preliminary. We're still in the early stages of this investigation. One fact that I did forget to mention, the subject's weapon that was used in this assault, there is evidence of the scene of that exchange of gunfire. However, the subject's weapon has not been located currently. There are canine officers on scene actively searching that wooded area and the area where that subject fled to attempt to locate that weapon.
So now we got a problem, and we hope that no kids or nobody gonna find this weapon that should not have it, you guys. He got rid of it when he was running, and now they're trying to locate it. They have dogs out there trying to locate the weapon.
But that is the information we know is this time.
You know why he shot now? I mean, idea of motive, like.
Yeah, at this time, there's no indication of why this subject would have started firing at this officer. Again, according to witnesses, this officer was just stopped at the stop sign and began receiving gunfire from the subject. So, but again, we have no additional information as to why this would have occurred.
So he just stopped at the stop line. Next thing you know, boom, 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 we just start busting at him. We talking straight up Grand Theft Auto situations out here, you guys. Straight up just like Grand Theft Auto. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. I also want to thank God for stepping in, because we don't just pray for the bad. You guys remember, we pray for the good here too, for saving the lives of that officer, as well as any witnesses who could have been hurt in the line of fire. That's what we're talking about over here. We pray just for the thought that nobody actually got hurt in this, and we're thankful to our God for that. That's what we're thankful for. Not just the bad, but also the good. Let's get on over to Texas. Oh boy, Texas. Y'all know what I'm talking about. 10-gallon hats and cowboy boots. You know what I'm talking about, right? But guess who they just finally found? They found Jeffrey, you guys. Remember, I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's 1,000 toys here that we can play with. From bikes to planes to video games, it's the biggest toy store there is. I don't want to grow up, cause baby, if I did, I wouldn't be a Toys R Us kid. You guys remember, y'all remember what I'm talking about. And when it was Christmas time, you'd be in the TV looking at them commercials like this. Oh my God, I hope I get something from Toys R Us. You guys remember what I'm talking about. And you guys, if you're really a Toys R Us kid, show me right now. Prove it. What's the name of the giraffe? If you are a real Toys R Us fan, I want you to tell me, what's the name of the giraffe from Toys R Us? Come on, you guys, let's go. What's his name? What's his name? Everybody, I don't care how many times you say it. I don't care how many times you say it. I don't want to grow up, because baby, if I did, I wouldn't be a Toys R Us kid. Everybody here, look at all these Toys R Us kids. Jeffrey's look at Money Tree's a Toys R Us kid. Mary Tanner's a Toys R Us kid. Christina's a Toys R Us kid. Wait a minute. Shayla's a Toys R Us kid. Come on, y'all, get it up. Scooter's a Toys R Us kid. Faye a Toys R Us kid. VG's a Toys R Us kid. K Watts. Eric Cooper's a Toys R Us. No, Eric Cooper, are you a Toys R Us kid? I need to know. If you were a Toys R Us kid, you would have put Jeffrey in the comments, you guys, because that's the name of that giraffe. Jeffrey, you guys. If you're a Toys R Us, I used to reach for the catalog at Christmas time like it was pure gold. Exactly. That was a big deal. The catalog was serious. You left it in your book bag. Serious situation right there. And then they had the little Christmas tree ornaments in the back with the toys. How about the Hess trucks? The Hess truck's back and you're gonna be in trouble. They used to have the Hess truck in there. All of the remote control cars. Oh my God, Toys R Us. I miss you so much. But guess what, you guys? I'm not talking about Toys R Us in this story. Just wanted to shine a little bit of nostalgia back on you guys so we can go there together and have a medium that we can understand of our nostalgia in those years when Christmas really meant something. Oh my God, snow and those Christmas commercials with Jeffrey. I just can't get over it. But guess what? We got our own Jeffrey, a modern day Jeffrey in Texas. The missing Texas giraffe. She's been found, and gives a major update on the current location. There was a $5,000 reward to bring this giraffe back as well. Let's see what's going on with this here.
A runaway giraffe has finally been found after 2 weeks on the lam in rural Texas. Gracie the giraffe wandering about 4 miles after escaping her enclosure from a private game.
G-Man says, I still have a lot of the Hess trucks in my basement. Whoa, I remember dragging my son in the Toys R Us when he was a kid. Oh, yeah, I used to love it too. You was the kid. You brought him in there on purpose. Winter Rising, you was going in there for yourself. You just brought him in there so you could have a cover.
Ranch about 100 miles west of San Antonio. Her owner putting up a $5,000 reward as helicopters and drones aided in the search for Gracie. I spoke just a short time ago with the Real County Sheriff, whose department was involved in this extensive search. Here's what he told me. Joining us now, Real County Sheriff Nathan T. Johnson, whose department was involved in the search. Sheriff, welcome to the show. I know it's been a busy few days. The first question I want to ask is, how is Gracie doing?
Well, right now she's doing okay. We still don't have her in back home yet, but we're working with a group of people, and the owner is assembling his resources so we can get her safe. The big thing is we found her. We know that she's alive and well, fat and happy, and we want to now try to figure out how to get her into safely get her into back to the ranch where she belongs, and that's.
I like what you said too. Fam Key says that giraffe should be free in the wild. This makes me sad. You're right about that. How does a giraffe just go missing? Exactly. The Black Friday sale used to be madhouse. You guys remember the Black Friday sale at Toys R Us? Oh my God. Mess around and get hit in the head with a train set.
It's going to be a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah, talk to me about that. How complicated is it to get a giraffe back to the ranch after it's found 4 miles away from home?
Yeah, you don't just load a giraffe into your car and drive her home. So, and a ranch, even though she's only about 4 or 5 miles from her home by the way the eagle flies, there's a whole lot of rough terrain between here and there. So you can't just go directly to it. You're going to have to go all the way around probably to Reagan Wells, which is about 50 miles to get to that area. Because there's just no direct roads there. There's jeep trails and ranch roads.
You mean to tell me we can GPS and track our dogs and our animals, but we can't track a giraffe? They need to let that giraffe go back to Africa, to wherever it winds up at, and just let it go in the wild and watch it for a week or two and make sure it adapts well and let it free.
You can't just drive in there, and you can't just go straight up to her. So they're going to have to get her down to an area where that they can then sedate her and then load her up, and they have to have everything in place to do that.
So now they got to sedate her. Hopefully she don't hurt herself when they sedate her. If she falls, if they do it from a pow. The dart, they got to hope that she go down lightly so she don't hurt her legs or break her neck or stuff like that too. It's a lot going on with this, you guys.
In addition to,
and again, I would like to say all over from the beginning, how about if you would have just left her where she was at in her natural habitat? None of this would have possibly happened. How about that, you guys? We got to keep on moving forward and double tap that screen, because over here, we love our animals and we don't play those games. Deport the immigrant giraffe. Sam Champion says, deported. I bet you ICE would come get it. Remember when Kristi Noem was on what was that? On South Park? Tell Tom Holman and ICE that giraffe don't got his papers. They'll find a way to get it out of there. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. Come on, you guys. We got a situation over here in San Francisco. I want you to be careful. We've been talking about this all show. And a lot of this stuff has to do with you guys vacationing. A lot of stuff has to do with you guys being on the beach. Has a lot to do with water and currents and riptides. Be careful, you guys. We got San Francisco, a mom and a daughter who speak after being pulled into a sneaker rift. That's right, a sneaker wave, nearly drowning in San Francisco. She says she saw her daughter on top of a 9-foot wave. She went to try to save her daughter. The wave crashed down on her. Damn, Mother Nature's rough. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up.
A family beach day turned into a fight to survive.
We're still pulling sand out of our ears and our hair.
It was last Thursday. Vanessa Bull and her 7-year-old daughter, Mirena, had just gotten to Baker Beach from Sacramento. Barely at the beach, they found themselves in hospital beds minutes later.
You okay?
Rescue crews say her daughter was swept offshore by a sneaker wave.
She was on top of like maybe I would say like a 9-foot wave by when I looked back, and I just seen her head at the top, and I just ran and I jumped in and I tried my hardest to get to her, but that wave that she was on top of came crashing down on me.
Eyewitnesses watched as mother and daughter disappeared in the surf.
They were trying to take her out into the ambulance, and I heard one of the cops saying, "Oh, she caught her breath."
It's been a deadly summer so far. 2 weeks ago, 2 Bay Area college students died after being pulled into the water in Santa Cruz. In Pacifica, surveillance video showed a fisherwoman getting swept in last week. Bull says she never thought it would be her.
It just
Got to be careful, you guys. Always have somebody out there. That's why it's very important to listen to the lifeguards. And if there's not a lifeguard on duty, don't go in the water.
came out of nowhere. It was very unpredictable. It just came up and grabbed her and put the other kid down on their feet.
Bystanders eventually pulled Bull and her daughter from the water before paramedics and San Francisco fire crews got there. Right now, a beach hazard statement remains in effect through Wednesday afternoon. But for visitors who are not watching weather alerts, Bull says the danger is not always obvious.
Last year, we had over 200 different types of rescues.
San Francisco Fire says its rescue crews are ready, but they're not lifeguards. Unlike many Southern California beaches, the Bay Areas do not generally have lifeguard towers. Ocean Beach and Baker Beach are treated as dangerous non-swimming beaches. There are patrols, but help is limited until 911 is called.
National Park Service does have beach safety patrols. They are on limited hours.
You guys better be careful and make sure that the beach that you go to should have a lifeguard.
We, Central Fire Department, is the only 24-hour rescues for water.
Monday, we spotted National Park Service ocean rescue vehicles patrolling Ocean Beach.
And they're not, like they said, they are not at all lifeguards.
Still, SFFD says beachgoers have a responsibility too.
So we advise people never turn your back on the ocean. If you're going to have children with you, keep them in arm's reach.
Bull says she's grateful to be alive, but wants stronger warnings, lifeguards, and at times, even closures.
I feel like beaches should be closed if the waves are like that.
So we did reach out to the National Park Service several times today. That's the agency overseeing beaches like those Baker and Ocean here in the city, to see whether they would consider more obvious warnings, signage, or even flags, as well as lifeguards here at the beaches. We have yet to hear back as of this report. For now, live at Baker Beach, Cameron Bob, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Now, we've been talking a long time about these situations here. We've been talking about it. We've been talking about Rob Reiner. I do believe that either, correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to get it out so I can be corrected. Either Malcolm X's wife, I think it was Malcolm X's grandson, Malcolm X's wife's grandson set the house on fire and she lost her life as well. Was it Malcolm X? Malcolm X's wife, who was actually, no, it was Malcolm X's grandmother or something like that, who lost her life in a fire. We've got the Rob Reiner situation with the son. We've got other situations where daughters have had situations with moms in the past. You guys, I want to tell you something like this. A lot of times you may love your child, or you may actually understand their mental situations, and you may deal with it. You're going to tolerate it. Why? Because you love your child. What I want to tell you guys about is be very careful, because a lot of times your child may be very far gone. We saw a story last week where a man who was 35 years old, his mom was angry because he wouldn't get a job. What does he do? Instead of going to get a job, he decides he wants to set the house on fire. She's no longer alive. That's what I'm telling you guys about right now. Be very careful when you're dealing with people when they have mental issues. I understand that there's situations of the heart where you cry out for them and you want them to be okay because you feel you love them. It's your family member. But you cannot do this at your own safety expense. We got to get on over to Pennsylvania. A daughter of Michelle Zico, who's tied to so-called the Zizians group, charged in a cold case murder of her parents. Let's go ahead and get into this, guys, and double tap that screen and see what's going on with this situation here.
The evidence will speak loudly and decisively for us, as it will for Rita and Rick. And now is the time for the facts and the truth to be known.
For 3 long years, Roseanne Zyka waited for answers in the gruesome murders of her brother Richard and sister-in-law Rita.
There were countless days of darkness and despair, days when it was difficult, almost impossible, to hold on to the belief and hope and expectation that this day would eventually arrive.
Authorities charged the couple's own daughter, Michelle Zyka.
Michelle Zyko, their own daughter. See what I'm talking about here? Stop overlooking things like this. Stop not paying attention to it. Pay attention to it.
In one of the most notable cold cases in Pennsylvania, adding they don't believe the 33-year-old acted alone.
It's a horrible crime, but it's also one that it goes beyond comprehension in certain respects. This is a child who killed her parents, who walked into her childhood home, took her mother to her childhood playroom, and executed her.
Michelle charged with numerous crimes, including criminal homicide, first-degree murder, third-degree murder, and conspiracy. District Attorney Tanner Rouse citing an allegedly incriminating list found on Michelle's phone.
A list of things that, quote, this included not getting rid of the shell casings that were found at the scene. This included not getting rid of the ammunition that was later recovered from her Vermont home that matched the ammunition found at the scene, the shell casings found at the scene.
Multiple sources familiar with the investigation telling ABC News that they are examining several possible motives, including an estate worth several $1 million.
There was an inheritance that she would get if her parents had died, and that may have been the motive.
Sources also saying Michelle may have murdered her mother in a rage and accidentally killed her father. The horrific crimes only the tip of the iceberg. Investigators say Michelle is affiliated with a dangerous and convoluted group that some have called the Zizians.
This is a group of highly intelligent people focused on AI, vegan, many of them transgender, and according to the authorities, increasingly violent.
Witnesses say the group sometimes walk around naked, other times wrapped in black robes, wearing gas masks, wielding samurai swords. The group tied to violent crimes, spanning coast to coast.
This is a bizarre case with tentacles in different states and people getting killed in different places.
From a step,
I'd like to shine a light on it just to bring you guys up to date on it, because we have never heard about this before. So anytime I have a chance to bring up stuff like this, I do so. This is the daughter that was tied to the so-called Zizians group, charged in a cold case murder of her parents, you guys. Yeah, longer story. It's about 10 minutes if you guys want to check it out, and you can catch it out on ABC News. Again, daughter tied to so-called Zizians group, charged in a cold case murder of her own parents. You guys got to be careful of your own people that live in your own houses now, your own places, your own spaces. One thing I did notice is this. The majority of the people that can hurt you, they're closer to you, if you think about it. Someone that can hurt your feelings, your girlfriend, your sister, your mom, your dad, your brother, because you're tied to them through the heart. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. There's a lot of people don't realize that. Somebody told me one day, like, yo, stop bringing me, don't be the messenger of bad news. I don't want to view you as that. And not only view me as that, but every time you come around, you always got bad news. And when it comes from someone in the family, it kind of feels a little bit different. When you get talked bad about from that person in the family, it hits a little bit different. You feel what I'm talking about? When you get that ribbing from a certain person in the family, it just gets you a certain amount of ways. It just rubs you the wrong way. You guys know what I'm saying? Because sometimes that family member will be like, you know what? So what? She's just my cousin. He's just my wah-wah. They're not going to do anything. But they don't look at the hurt that they can actually put on you by the things that they say and the way that they come at you. And the last thing I'll say is sometimes family will treat you worse than friends do. You guys know what I'm talking about. Some of you guys in the comments know what I mean. Some of you guys probably don't. The ones that don't, good for you. Good for you. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Post-COVID, most mistrust is real. Chicken and Biscuits just said that. You guys, I'm not trying to tell you guys to be scared of your own family or, alienate people or just become a hermit by yourself. I'm just trying to tell you that things did change ever since COVID. A lot of people do change, and a lot of people, when it comes down to family, they just do a little bit more than you would expect, to be honest with you. Your sister would do a little bit more. They fight you a little bit harder, say things to hurt you a little bit deeper. Why? Because they can. Just be careful with stuff like that as well. And don't alienate everybody. Just be smart about understanding what's going on and understanding that's part of life. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, and double tap that screen. Sad situation coming up in St. Louis. Got a 7-month-old girl who was an infant, who was pow-powed, and yes, lost her life. The police are still looking for the pow-power. That's right, you guys. You heard what I said. 7 months old.
We got breaking news for you, a heartbreaking update about a shooting in the Baden neighborhood. St. Louis police say a 7-month-old girl who was rushed to the hospital by officers after being shot has died.
Detectives are now searching for the person responsible. This is on North Broadway, the Baden neighborhood. Fox News Taylor Harris live at the scene there with what she's been able to find out about the incident so far. Taylor.
Yeah, so far, St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department has told us that a 7-month-old girl was shot inside this home right here on the 8400 block of North Broadway around 4 p.m. this afternoon. And officers say this immediately began life-saving measures before placing the infant in a police SUV and rushing her to the hospital. Despite those efforts, police say the baby later died. And investigators say the shooting happened inside the home where several family members were present. And police say the child did not shoot herself, and they are now investigating to determine who is responsible for the fatal shooting. But at this point, no arrests have been made, but investigators say they do not believe there is an ongoing threat to the public. And this marks the second juvenile fatally shot in the St. Louis City area this week, adding to growing concerns about children becoming victims to gun violence. And here's what police had to say earlier.
Yes, let's stand her corrected. There's no such thing as 7 months, years old. She's 7 months old. That was it.
Officers arrived. We did not wait for an ambulance. The officers heroically put the child in the backseat of the police SUV. I was actually listening to the radio while one officer was driving. Another officer was performing life-saving care in the back seat.
They were trying.
And the other nearby officers from across the city were shutting down roads to create a path to get that police car as quickly as possible to Children's Hospital.
Do me a favor. I don't want to hear anything about snitching. I don't want to hear anything about telling and all of that. The person that did this, if they have not caught them so far, if you guys have any information, tell on his ass. I don't care who it is. You need to get a reward for it.
And police are urging anyone with information to contact investigators as they're working to determine what led to this tragedy. Reporting in Baden, I'm Taylor Harris, Fox 2 News.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, we do it over here all the time. We know what we about to do. We got to get those prayers in the air for the 7-month-old who lost her life in St. Louis. Want to hope that we get to closure for the family. They're going to need a lot of strength coming through this one because that was an angel. That was a new baby that was brought into their family as a blessing. Sad situation that she's no longer alive and she's not even get to experience her first birthday, first day of school, the band practice, basketball. Those are the things that I think about every single time when I think about those ages when it comes down to that. Basketball, graduations, going to meet with friends, all sorts of different things that this beautiful angel will never have a chance to see again. That's why I pray that people like this are taken off the streets so that we can have a community where our children can grow safely and be able to play without worrying about things like this. We ask Father God in heaven to accept her into the heavenly gates. We ask you to help us guide us through our lives as you always been. And thank you so much for nobody else being able to get hurt in this situation as well. Amen. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go. We got to get on over to Canada. Told you guys we go everywhere. And I told you guys before, remember last week when we found out that the Canadian pilot did not have good credentials? He was not supposed to be flying people. Come to find out he's been flying people for over 10 years and he did not have the proper credentials. Yes, Air Canada, you got to do better. Because just now we got another situation where we have a pilot who got sick in a quick medical emergency during a flight. Now, luckily, the co-pilot was able to land and do a good job when it comes down to this. I guess that's the reason why we have co-pilots. Let's get into it. You guys double tap that screen and go on over and see what's going on with Canada. Let's get it.
Heart-stopping drama in the sky as an airline pilot suffers a life-threatening seizure.
Now imagine your pilot is driving driving the plane with all of these people and he get a seizure.
Pilots didn't get back to say the aircraft is being flown by the co-pilot.
It happened aboard an
Autopilot is only good for when you're in the air, and that's it. Certain places you cannot use autopilot to land. You guys saw that commercial, that video. I mean, that the movie when the plane had to be airplane when they had to take them off autopilot and help them guide them down. Yeah, can't do it with autopilot, buddy.
Air Canada jet that left here at Newark Airport headed to Nova Scotia. Passengers say that 20 minutes into the flight, the plane lurched violently. Then the captain was dragged out of the cockpit, apparently suffering from a seizure.
Now imagine not having a co-pilot, how somebody said, yeah.
It became chaos quickly.
Passengers Rodney and Sarah McDonald were on board with their 2 young sons.
We had to physically overcome him and bind his ankles, his wrists.
Because you know how it is when you get a seizure. You start going spastic and you get real strong. And don't put your finger in that person's mouth because it might come off. I had to help someone myself when we were on a plane. This guy, I don't know what was going on, but he started getting seizures while we was on the plane. I'm sitting right next to him. I'm like, yo, what's going on? And everybody got up and ran away from him because they didn't know what was going on and everybody got scared. Then I said, give me a spoon or a fork or something. Why? Because my family member, they used to get seizures. And what you want to do, if possible, if you have an opening in their mouth, you want to try to put that tongue down because that's when the air is probably going like this. And they really can't breathe a lot. So what I used to do, and I know I'm probably wrong for it, but I actually would try to put something in their mouth, a spoon or something like that, to bring the tongue down. So now check this out. We could not stop. We could not do anything because on an airplane, as you know, they don't have spoons. And the spoon that they handed me, it was a breakaway spoon. It had perforated lines in it. Why? So it could not be used as a weapon. So here I go trying to help this guy. I'm like, what the hell? And then the spoon goes in and I'm like, perforated, it breaks. I take the piece out and I throw it away. Also don't want to choke the person. What did I do? Only thing that I could think of. I got my wallet out. When I got my wallet out, I said, yo, maybe this will work. I stuck my wallet in the corner, right inside this dude's mouth, right like this. And I opened it up a little bit. And then I did put my finger in and I pulled his tongue down and I heard, and he started breathing again and everything. People started coming back over to me and he started getting his color back and everything. And then when we got off the plane in Hawaii, they had the ambulance there waiting for him. When he got off the plane, he walked over to the ambulance and they refused the ambulance. The ambulance was like, why are you refusing us? He was like, I take bars. I said, what the hell is bars? He was taking D-rugs, you guys. They're called 4 bars in Texas. I think they're called, what do they call them? Xanax. They're called Xanax. He had been addicted to taking those, and because of the altitude or whatever, that's probably the reason why he got that into that state of having the seizures. So that was the only way I could help this guy, by putting a wallet in his mouth, and that saved him, you guys. So let's go.
His chest, his waist. And then I physically still had to put all my weight on it.
Because they strong, yeah, they're strong.
That is so terrifying.
And I sent my daughter a note in the air saying, I love you, thinking, oh my God, the plane's gonna go down.
FlightAware radar shows the aircraft veering dramatically off course, then circling back after air traffic control directed it to Boston for an emergency landing at Logan Airport. There were ambulances waiting on the tarmac as the plane safely came to rest. The pilot appeared to be alert as he was taken from the plane to an ambulance on a gurney.
Okay, Mary.
Dr. Bob Arnott is an experienced pilot and a physician.
I would give the co-pilot exceptional marks in a situation you may never have trained for. Just figuring it out, flying the airplane, landing it, and saving, of course, everybody on board, including the pilot who needed immediate medical attention.
Let me tell you the warning about the finger in the mouth, though. I will not lie to you because a doctor will tell you because of how strong they are and because of how they seize. It's called a seizure because you start seizing up. You start, You know what I'm saying? So that means that jaw is strong. You put your finger in their mouth, don't think that you might not lose your finger. That's why I put the wallet first because when I tried to put my finger, woo! I had to get it out of there because he was seizing up. Then I grabbed that wallet to save my damn self. Brilliant, and had to save myself at the same time. That damn finger will come off. And then I pulled that tongue down, and all you heard was, and we started breathing again. Yeah, you guys, be careful out there, especially when you're dealing with people that have seizures. Also, you know, don't run away from people when they're hurt and when they're having problems. You actually should try to be like a first responder and run to them. You don't want anybody falling or hurting themselves because let's say someone is walking and they have a seizure. If they fall and hit their head, now they got an even worse situation. We got to care about each other right here, out here, guys. Let's care about each other. So that was just God telling me get over there and help that man as much as I could. Let's keep on moving forward and double tap that screen because you guys made it to what? The health and wellness section. That's right, you guys. Y'all made it to the health and wellness section. It's Purple Sunday. Hope you guys have a fantastic day with me. Let's keep on moving forward. That's right. That wallet was honestly very smart thinking when you were in a stressful situation. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. His name was Little Richard. You are a hero for that Bugatti. Yeah, I didn't even think about that until right now, you guys, until that came up. How that actually happened that time. Never really thought about it. I just didn't want the guy to go out like that. Put that wallet right in there. Rapper named Little Richard. And he was from Texas and he had admitted that he was on 4 bars. That's what they call him down there. 4 bars. But let's get into it, you guys. We got best food support for the kidneys. That's right, you guys. Yesterday we did the bones. The day before that we did the heart. No, I'm sorry. We did the pancreas. Why do I remember that? Because my friend lost his life from pancreatic cancer. I like to go into these parts of the body because I know different people that had different effects. I got a friend right now who has 3 stents that they put into his heart. I got another friend who lost his life because of pancreatic cancer. Got another friend who drank a lot and he got situations with his liver and his kidneys. Why do I even care about these parts of our body? Because I can understand and it resonates with me and people that I actually know. Let's get into it, you guys. We got to do it right now. The best food support for what? Let's get into those kidneys because your kidneys are taking care of you while you're sleeping. And whatever you're eating or you're drinking, it's flushing that out. So you wonder why you didn't get sick or why you didn't get hurt. Your kidneys are in there doing their job. Let's get into it, you guys. What foods support kidney health? And we're going to do it like this. Let me get this up here real quick. You guys know any foods that support kidney health? I will take your comments right now. What foods? Tell me. What foods support kidney health? Let me know, let me know, let me know. What do you guys got for me? What do you guys got for me? Anybody know what's good for your kidneys? If you're gonna drink, have a designated driver. Vin, good morning. Okay, beans. Good. You're close. You're close. Beans. Okay, lemon. Maybe in another form. Maybe in some water. Kidney beans? Oh, we set ourselves up for that IROC. Wait a minute, your name is Rock. I thought it was IROC. It's Ron C. We set ourselves up for that. Blueberries, cranberries. Don't start AIing and Googling, you guys. We don't know, we just don't know. We got to get into it, you guys. The best food support for kidney health. Come on, you guys. Let me let you know something. Just because you're black don't mean that you're the only ones that like watermelon. That's right. That's one of them. I said it and I said it that way. Watermelon. I want some fried chicken and some macaroni and cheese. And that for my dessert, I want a nice big piece of watermelon because that's what's good for those kidney support. That's right. That's good for kidney health. Watermelon. What else? Cabbage. That cabbage, and then the way that you make it is even better. You know what I like to do? I like to chop it down nice and fine, mix it with some chopped carrots, and go ahead for the gusto. Carrots with a little bit of salt and pepper, a little bit of garlic, woo! Olive oil. Now you're talking. What about apples? That's right, because of the citrus and the citricity inside of the apples. That's right, you guys. What about lemon water? That's right, lemon water works. Olive oil does too. What about red grapes? Mm-hmm. Did you guys know that strawberries was good for your kidneys as well? Probably because they red. And then last but not least, you guys, what do we always say when it comes down to those juices? The good ones that we always make ourselves if we can? Cranberry juice. Cranberry juice is going to be the last one, you guys. Cranberry juice is a juice that's going to be good for your kidneys. I think we need to keep remembering what sort of fruits and what sort of foods are good for us. This way, when we're eating these things, we feel good about eating them. Watermelon, cabbage, apples, lemon water, olive oil, red grapes, strawberries, onions. That's right, you guys, onions, fresh herbs and parsley, and cranberry juice. Let's get into it, you guys. Let's go. Open up this screen. Foods to support kidney health. Watermelon, cabbage. Those are your kidneys, by the way. Apple. Knowing things like this makes me feel better. I'm actually working on my kidneys by eating this apple. Lemon water. Lemon water. Olive oil. Red grapes. Strawberries. Onions. Fresh herbs and parsley. So you guys that have your gardens and you're still working in your gardens, building up all of that mint leaves and all your parsley, all of your bay leaves and everything that you guys are creating, keep on doing it because you know what? I trust your gardens more than I do these guys. Don't stop making those mint leaves. Don't stop growing that parsley. Keep on doing what you got to do, guys. Fresh parsley is always better. And you can't forget the cranberry juice. Notice how the cranberry juice gave the whole refreshing and a replenishment. What I want to say to you guys is this. Don't get caught up with ocean spray. And don't feel bad about what I'm about to tell you. Because ocean spray is not even real cranberry juice. Sorry, it's from concentrate. You want to find a real good cranberry juice, something that's actually going to help your kidneys out. Sad thing about it is I've looked at many of the ocean spray bottles, many of them, all of them say the same thing, from concentrate. Try to find a different one. Even pomegranate juice is very good as well because it does the same thing and it affords you the same vitamins. I'm talking about the pomegranate. That's right, you guys. And make sure you try to get as much as closely to the roots as possible when you're dealing with things. It might be a little stronger and taste a little more earthy, but it's actually good for your body, especially if you're growing your own fruits and vegetables. Don't throw those roots away. Regrow them or eat them. That's right. Find a way to eat them. Boil them. Make a salad. Make a soup. Let's do it, you guys. Let's keep on going, you guys. Sugar water, ocean spray. Tell me about it, you guys. Tell me about that crap. Tell me about that cranberry juice right there, you guys. That ocean spray. Don't be drinking that crap. Only thing I trust about the ocean spray, and I shouldn't even do that, is the cranberry. But the way that they process stuff nowadays, I don't even know if I trust the actual cranberries in the can. Keep on moving forward, you guys, because you know for a fact of the matter, that's nowhere in the world the entire video when it comes down to health and wellness. I got work to do. I got follow-ups that I owe you guys. This week, we went into hotels. And we showed you how to be safe when you're staying out of town, out of the country, in different places. I didn't show you guys a couple of real secrets that I already actually knew. So I want to make sure that we cover every single thing with today's episode of Purple Sunday, because that's what we do on Sunday. We wrap up everything. We tighten things up. Where are we going right now? Batty Lynn. We had Liberty and a few people that went on vacation this month. How do I know? Because they told me. You guys be careful about that too. Stop telling people where you're going, especially when they know where you live. Just don't do it. Baseball players, football players, why do you think they always get robbed when they're on the road? Crooks can look at the roster to see where they're going to be playing next. If they know where they live at, they go and try to get into your place. We're getting right back into it, you guys. We're going to finalize on the hotels and how to be safe with your property as well as yourself. Don't just think when you go to a hotel, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, I'm all good, because you're not. We're going to get into it right now. You guys double tap that screen and get those likes up. This is going to be one of the last chances that you guys have. This is the health and wellness section. Home, safe, away from home. What about that safe that's in that hotel? You guys think that automatically when you come in there, I'm going to reprogram this safe. I'm going to put my money in there and I'm going to close it and I'm going to be safe. Well, guess what? They have override numbers. They have overrides such as boom, boom, 0000. And then it's going to say, give me your password override. How about this? Think about this. There's, let's say, 1,000 rooms in every single hotel. How many of those security or safe boxes do you think that have been reprogrammed or possibly been brought back, been reprogrammed so that they all can be up to date when it comes down to the security codes? Or how many of you guys think that they just put them in there? We got that one in, let's go to the next room. Do you think that they actually stood around and broke the codes on every single one of those hotel saves to make sure that there's not a standard number that you can find globally? Did you guys know that you can actually go online and put in Thor? The number of the safe is the A61502, and they'll tell you the password for that Thor safe, or the normal general numbers that you can use, normally being star pound 0000, and then it'll ask for the password. Don't think that those safes can't be overridden. And there's many ways that they can do it also, without even doing that. They can take the faceplate off, push a button, and the whole safe will come open too. Your hotel safe is not exactly safe. What you can do is you can take about $30 or $20 and put it inside that safe, put a couple of other things in there, and just close it. This way, if they get in there, they think that they really got you for something and they may be happy with that. And then you'll actually know if they broke into it. It's another way just to test it, you guys, just to be safe. Now, if you've got time, I want you guys to Google the name of that safe and see if they'll go ahead and give you the combination for it. We're going to get into it, you guys, because now we got to get into safes in the hotels, because it's not just about being safe at home. It's about being safe at the hotels. Also, want to tell you guys this. When it comes down to your wallet, important documents and stuff, I'm going to give you a couple of ways around things, like using a big, let's say a folder clip to tie your wallet to the curtains and the folds. Come on, you guys, you got to be smart. Let's pay attention. Let's get into this. We got hotel safes are way too vulnerable. We want you to do this instead. Again, hotel safes are very vulnerable. Want you guys to do this instead.
What's going on, everyone? I'm here in Jakarta. I just landed and I checked into this hotel, and I thought it'd be the perfect time to demonstrate to you why I said in the previous video I never trust hotel room safes. I have right over here, as you guys know, my passport wallet with my passport, emergency cash, and a bunch of different cards that are really important. And I'm just going to put them into the hotel room safe like a lot of people do when they're traveling. Shut the door, and as per the instructions, I'll set a 3 to 6 digit code. I'm just going to do something random like 4 8s. And there we go. You can
You've done this plenty of times in hotels. You think your money's safe. Watch this.
see that it says closed on the screen. And so what that basically means is that now if somebody were to gain access to the room and put in the wrong code, let's just say 1 2 3 3 4, it'll say error.
Anybody with jokes right now about whatever you might happen to you with the curtains or whatever like that, that's on you. We're not playing right now. We can talk about all that later. We're serious right now, believe it or not. I don't want to talk about jokes when we're talking about serious stuff. Let's keep it right. Let's keep it going.
Because obviously it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's not supposed to let the wrong code open. However, if I, some random idiot on the internet, knows about super user codes and I've never worked at a hotel
Super user codes that can be used
before, I'm willing to bet that a lot of hotel employees do know on planet Earth. Now, this brand over here is Safeguard. I just tested it out. It's the first time I've seen a Safeguard, but just double tapping either the pound or the star is usually how you enter super user mode. So double tapping here, we can see super, and generally speaking, the default code is 6 zeros or 6 nines. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, enter. And as you can see, it's asking for a secondary clearance code, and if people are lazy and haven't changed it, it should be zeros. 2 zeros, and right there. Clearly, that was not 4 8s, the 4 8s that I originally said. I just want to let you.
Now, you guys did see that, right? It did not change the screen, did not make anything up. All he had to do was know the access codes and then how to get around. So that only took him a couple of seconds. What if you leaving out your room and you think that your stuff is safe in that safe? Best way to do it, if you really got something to keep in a safe, you might want to keep it in the hotel safe because they're responsible for that. 9 times out of 10, anything in your room and in the room safe, they're not claiming responsibility.
You guys see in field why I do not trust hotel room safes for mission critical single points of failure like my passport. But if you're interested in seeing in field why I bought this dollar store liner clip and why I choose to bring it everywhere I go, come on, let's check it out. So here we are on the other side of the hotel room, and typically what I'll do is I'll clip this entire passport wallet right over there into the very top in a natural crease on the other side of the curtain.
Now, if you lose your wallet and leave it up there, that's on you. Straight up and down. You want to make jokes or whatever like that. I'm really trying to show you something real here. Leave it on the message on your phone or whatever like that. This is common sense over here. We're really trying to help people. So whoever got the side jokes talking about, oh, I would leave my wallet in the curtain, good. Hope you get to the airport and it's still there. Now, we're going to get on over here and show you guys something up here. Put it up there, and that's what the clasp is for. Now we're going to show you how to do this. Common sense. Why would you forget it? Remember, leave a message for yourself. Let's go.
Let's take a closer look. I'll go to the very edge, rotate it over, find a natural crease close to the top, get my passport wallet into a natural crease, just like this. And don't worry, you'll get a much closer view. And click it in, just like that. Turn it back around. And what this basically means is that even if the hotel curtain gets drawn, all of these natural creases, like you can't tell that there's something hidden just because, again, it's clipped into a natural crease. Draw it even further, everything still looks normal. As promised, here's a closer look at what the entire thing looks like, but I know what you're probably thinking right now. You're probably thinking, this idiot just outed his secret hiding spot to every single hotel employee in the world. But really, I haven't. I mean, I just checked in, got into this room, and taking a quick look around, I can already see 4 other very suitable spots to do something similar to, because again, the point isn't to be all James Bond and hide stuff. The point is that if there are bad apples who are kind of working at hotels and looking to steal things, chances are the safe is the first place that they would go.
So trying to generalize and using that one area, oh, you know they're going to all know it now. Okay, let's say they know that now. What other place would you use? Don't just put it up under the bed. You got a picture over there. What kind of picture is that? What kind of picture frame is that? Attach it to the picture. How about, yeah, you got to start thinking outside the box is what we're trying to say here, you guys. Don't just look at the one little thing and say, oh, I might forget that. What else can you do? What other areas can you use? I've actually lifted up rugs inside of hotels before and slid money up under it and closed it back down.
Whether you think this is a brilliant idea or the dumbest thing you've ever seen in your life, I just want to draw your attention back to the first half of this video, which is why I personally don't trust hotel room safes. What you choose to do with that information is entirely up to you. But look, that tiny percentage worry of a potentially bad hotel employee breaking into your safe doesn't mean anything if you aren't already primed and ready to travel properly. And so if you have a trip coming up, I welcome you to check out these 2 videos right over here. I'm going to leave them on screen so you can choose which one to watch, but while you're deciding, if you like this video, please do help me out by hitting that like button.
Yeah, so another thing, you guys, there's a lot more that you can be cautious of. There's a lot that you can be fearful of because, of course, we're talking about safety. We're talking about, safes and your money and traveling. Also, you guys should be careful with the children, as far as like when you're traveling with children, and be careful around the pools and things like that, around hotel safes. Around hotel pools. I don't know if you guys noticed, but every major building or every major structure like a hotel has about a minimum of $10 million, or should be $10 million insurance when it comes down to the pool. Why? Because that's a very, very important point of insurance that everybody wants to cover, especially when there's a lot of people covering the pools, when there's going to be a lot of people swimming, children around. You got to have big coverage when it comes down to those swimming pools. So that's why you guys, they don't just look at it like a small thing. You might have a lifeguard in the pool and things like that. If there is a lifeguard on the pool, on the area, in the hotel that you go to, that would be the best times to find out when it's to send your children out to play, because they can be protected as well. You can be the best swimmer in the world, but anything can happen. Someone can dive. Someone else can get hurt. It's very, very important to make sure that there's somebody there that can watch out for the children, especially if you're taking children with you when you go on vacation, you guys. Anybody got any comments on this? Let's open up more. Let's get some openings on these situations here. I want to hear you guys chime in on it because I want to know what you guys have to say. Go with your kids to the pool, period. Never turn your head when your child is in the pool. You got to be careful about that too. And as far as them going up under the water, we're traveling a lot now, you guys. We're going to be in hotels. We're going to have to really be careful about our children. When it comes to diving, be careful about that. Because if they dive and they don't dive properly, next thing you know, they may hit their head on the bottom of the pool or something like that. All these things are very important to be careful with. It takes 5 seconds to change a life. You guys got it. Never turn your head. You guys know where we're going with this. We want to make sure that you guys are getting good information as far as because I know a lot of people are going to be traveling this summer and a lot of people are going to be spending money. You're going to be taking your stuff with you. Also, you guys, when you go shopping, if you go inside of that hotel or that shopping mall, or if you go to the area where you go to the mall, don't sit in the lobby showing off your goods. Take your behind back to the room. Don't be flashing the new Gucci bag that you just got or the new Gucci glasses, because guess what? Could be somebody in that lobby that's watching you. And don't flash money like that. Don't tip people until it's the end, because then they're going to automatically assume, wonder what room that guy or that gal is staying in. So be careful when it comes down to the small things. You're thinking about a vacation and having fun. They live there. They're scheming on you because 9 times out of 10, you brought a lot of money because you want to have fun. You may have a lot of cash on hand because you want to have a lot of fun. And you're probably going to be looked at as an easy mark if you don't pay attention. You guys, summertime, vacations going on. Be careful out there. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I will have that link up in the description for those different tidbits, and I will go even further and add this one to the Discord. This video here is 12 little known tips to avoid hotel room theft, which I'm going to put up in the Discord.
Well, you're finally on that long-awaited vacay. Who'd love to hit that cozy hotel room you've settled in. So, how can you outsmart the bad guys and keep your stuff safe? First of all, leave your prized possessions at home. I'm sure you have an important something you don't want to part with. But hey, do you really need that pair of diamond earrings or fancy watch on a beach vacation?
I mean, unless you're Nelly and you don't care about it going down into the water and them having to try to go get it. Why are you taking that watch? Why are you taking that piece of jewelry? No, you guys, we covered everything in this video. This is the one that's going to be up in the Discord. I wanted to familiarize you with it first. This is 12 little known tips to avoid hotel room theft, along with the other one that I just gave you guys. I said it, 12 little known tips to avoid hotel room theft. I know, Kendra, you're in a hotel now. Trust me, you're going to get a lot out of this. Make sure you guys chime in and check out our Discord, because we do not stop. We make sure that we keep on updating you guys with health and wellness. And guess what? Protecting the vessel, protecting the body that you're making sure doesn't get those carcinogens, protecting the possessions that you work for with that same body. Believe it or not, I thought about it. It is health and wellness. You got to protect your security, right? You got to protect your well-being, right? You got to protect your possessions, right? And you got to protect the number one piece of, what do they call this? Your number one piece of stock. That's yourself. So when you're protecting your hotel and you're protecting your home, you're protecting yourself, and that is health and wellness. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because we got more to get into. I love to see stuff like this happen because why? We love animals and we love puppies. Let's see what happened when we had this shivering puppy get caught when this one lady went on a trip. Let's get on over to this, you guys. We got another situation here. We love these videos. We got a tiny puppy who was too cute to move. Then her tail started wagging. Luckily, she was saved and her mom got saved right after that. We love dogs over here, you guys. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward.
I've never touched a puppy that cold, to be honest.
It was a very rainy day, particularly cold.
Oh my God, puppy, I've got you. It's okay, I've got you.
This is how she found her, outside in the cold, freezing, wet rain. That's how she found that baby. Luckily, she was found.
I was like, okay, this is not good. It's freezing cold. Her whole body was just shivering, soaking wet. She was ice cold.
I've got you. You don't need to shake me. It's okay. It's okay.
I sat at the vet with her and I was just trying to get her body temperature up.
Took her to the vet to try to get her body temperature up. She says, don't worry, baby, I got you.
It's safe now. It's okay, you're cold. Oh my God.
Literally, the vet
Notice how through all of that, the puppy's still wagging her tail. That's what I'm saying though. These dogs, we do not deserve dogs.
said a couple of hours longer and she would have not made it.
Jesus Christ. You did. We need to get you warm.
I went back to where I rescued her after I dropped her off just to make sure there's no other puppies. And the people that told me, there's the mom. So I spotted the mom.
Yeah, we got you.
I managed to catch her as well.
I got your baby. You want to go to your baby?
She said, I got your baby. You want to go to your baby?
The locals told me this is the mom. They assured me she only gave birth to one puppy.
Yeah.
And we reunited them both at the vet and they recognized each other and it was super cute.
Okay.
Now look at love. This is what I always pray for, love, the power of love. Can you believe that's the same puppy? You see all the hair grew in and what love can do?
Okay. Who's this? Is this your sister?
Huh? They're both in my house, completely healthy and healed now, loving life. Zayna is a little rascal. She's a little troublemaker. She's still tiny. She's so tiny. She completely transformed. And then the mom, Pamela. They're up for adoption. Let's see what future is up for them. I could count 8.
Okay, you guys, that's crazy right there. I can't keep on going because you know how we do. We get caught up over here because we love the animals. We love dogs. We love all animals over here, you guys. And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? This is our bottom line. Let's go ahead and double tap that screen and get those likes up, you guys. Y'all know we got to do that. Was Purple Sundays a special edition? And I hope you guys, as always, got a lot out of this show as well as the health and wellness section, you guys, today. That's right, you guys. It's Purple Sunday. That means we're going to be right back here tomorrow at 6 o'clock to do it all over again. But you know we can't get up out of here without doing our promo. If you got a promo you're trying to put out there, send it to us. We're going to put it in the post notification area. That's right. That means if you're promoting something, a business, traveling salesman, you might be a lawn doctor. I don't know what you do, lawn care or something. Whatever you do, we can help you. How? Send your promos over to us at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Again, that's bridgethisllc@gmail.com. It has to be in a 1080 by 1080 size frame in order to fit in the post notification area though. And plus, what do we got coming up right now? That's right, you guys. We got that Show Your Talent search. That's the talent search that's coming up in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and in Staten Island. And that means that one person also from here can be a part of the talent show. And don't think it's just about singing and dancing, because talent is much more than that. If you can cook, you can paint, you can do a backflip, maybe you can do a wheelie. We want to see it. You might be able to win. Boom, like Funky Fingers Productions, $250. And after we get everybody together in the city plus one person here, we're going to make them compete. That's what that's about, for $1,000. And that's going to be the grand prize winner, you guys. You see me on the flyer. That's right, your boy Boogotti NYC. I will be one of the hosts along with my DJ Don Dada, and one more special guest. And we're talking about Big Drip Hard Punch. That's the guys that's sponsoring the whole thing. www.drinkbigdrip.com. That's if you guys want to be a part of the Show Your Talent search. You guys see it right here. If you want to get lit, You got to drink Big Drip. www.drinkbigdrip.com. Go ahead and order yourself one. Or go to the first page and you know what you do? Put your email address right in the email slot. We'll keep you posted on where we're going to be with the Show Your talent search. That's right, you guys, the Show Your talent search. We're going to be doing that in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. Looking forward to seeing you guys there. We had Casey Ramos pull up at one. We had Mark Dorfman pull up at another one. We're going to hit those stores again, and we'll be right back out to see you guys. You know we don't leave up out of here until we get those prayers in the air for Purple Sunday. Let me go ahead and get this jacket straight, get these buttons all buttoned up for my Lord. Make sure that I'm presenting myself right, because we got to get those prayers in the air to get you out of here protected today, you guys, and make sure that we all showing love to each other. And the fact that I appreciate you guys for coming here. I want to appreciate and thank everybody for coming to the show today for Our Bottom Line Purple Sunday edition. That's right, you guys. #1 show on YouTube and a #1 co-host as well as host. Want to pray for happiness, love. I want to pray for appreciation, togetherness. Want to pray for debate, because out of debate we come up with solutions. Want to pray for good health and understanding and level-headedness, you guys. We got to pray for that. And at the end of the day, you know we can't escape one thing. We want to pray for love, because look what it did to a puppy. Imagine what it can do to people that actually love each other and care for each other, like our race, our human race, not party, our human race. I want to pray for liberty and justice. Also want to pray for Kendra Walker. Can't forget about Winter Rising, Zach Sanders. Can't forget about Colessive and Sam Champion. Who else we got up in the building? Liberty and Justice, VG5P. Can't forget about Colessive. We've got Angels Among Us, Jeffrey Spilker, and Guy and Elsa. Thank you so much for being here. I'm here in England. See you all tomorrow. Yeah, you guys, we reported from England too. We got Floyd Shirley in the building, Mary Tanner. We got Jack in here too. Good morning, Jack, and God bless you, Miss Keisha. Can't forget about Zach, Scooter Ginger, always showing up with great commentary, and gloved up now. Winter Rising, Liberty and Justice, my #1. There you go, girl. Thank you so much for showing up. G-Man, Sam Champion, and also can't forget about Scooter and Miss Keisha. Can't forget about Miss Swanza. We're praying for the Swanza family as well. Can't forget about Angels Among Us, Winter Rising, Colessive. Can't forget about Sam Champion, Jordan, Justin, Jeffrey. Can't forget about Mark Dorfman. Can't forget about myself. Can't forget about me. Luigi, got you in there too as well. Who else we got over there? Markov. We got Miss Keisha. Can't forget about Matt Beat Matt. Can't forget about Colessa. We're going to get all of those prayers in today, you guys. Floyd Shirley. And last but not least, who we got coming in for the last one? Guy and Elsa, Angels Among Us. That's the prayers for today, you guys. Amen. Y'all know how that go. Our Bottom Line, trending topics, current events, and much, much more. That was the Purple Sunday edition. We'll be right back tomorrow for one of my favorite editions, which is Monday. Because you guys can sleep in all you want on the weekends and do what you want. But when it comes to Monday, they got to pick up the phone. And that's what I'm about. I'm about that business and getting it done. So hopefully you guys have a fantastic and safe Sunday, Purple Sunday. Get out there and enjoy some sun, drink some water, put some vitamin D in your life. You actually need it. It really helps your body and your skin. And guess what I'm about to do? Grab on hold to some more trending topics, current events, so I can be right back here for tomorrow's session of Our Bottom Line at 6 o'clock in the morning. Right back here, same bat channel and same bat location. You guys, thank you so much for showing love. I think I got to show somebody some love before we get out of here. Did I just see that? I want to make sure, because you got to appreciate everybody for everything. So who are we showing love to right now? We got a $20 super chat that came in. Who did that come in from? We got a super chat that came in. I'm sorry, a Cash App. We got a Cash App that came in from Deborah. Thank you so much, Deborah, for showing love. I want to thank the rest of the people that sent some Cash Apps in this month. Sarah Davis. We got more love coming in from Money Tree. You guys are the ones that keep the show afloat, and we really appreciate you. Deborah, thank you so much. And everybody else, again, $ Boogotti, BOOGOTTI cash. Doesn't go to Suits. It actually goes to us. No kill shelters. A lot of these places that you actually see, and we're about really doing it. We show receipts too. So we don't just look out for each other. We look out for the animals as well. When I also try to look out, because it ain't no fun if the homies and the animals can't get none. Love you guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic Sunday. I'll be right back here tomorrow, 6 o'clock show of Our Bottom Line. And y'all know how we go. You could have went anywhere, But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me for Purple Sunday, I appreciate you guys. So until tomorrow, trending topics, current events, and much, much more, I'll see you guys in the morning. Get 'em! Peace.